should be live. Oh my god.
Okay. Wow. Not expecting that.
Made it!
Yes.
We finally made it.
Okay, perfect. And then I have the stream up on Twitch, so I can look at like the chat, and I can see your camera at least on Twitch. So
True. So maybe you
I can.
also see. I mean, you see. Wait, this side. There's a bit of a cat butt.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I do see it. I see the butt. Very cute. Oh. Oh my goodness. So cute.
This is probably coming in later, so. Yeah, Chad, we're there. We made it. Finally. Somehow, at least.
Finally, the
So
world
maybe.
of technology had it out for us.
True, but maybe it really was my Streamlabs. But why I not encountered any. Was nothing. Nothing. Well, we made it. You here, hopefully, Charlotte via Discord, so you're busy today, but Heidi, Amagu, do you
Yep.
hear us both?
Yes. Can as long as everyone can hear me and my mic's not,
Yeah, no, should be. I have.
bad. Okay.
Also, the balance should be
Perfect.
way better.
Okay.
That was a lot of trouble, guys. I can't hold it.
Oh my goodness.
Hi, Patty. Hi, Mika. Hi, everyone. We made it.
Hello.
We made it.
We are here finally. My voice is here. It's like I'm here in spirit almost.
Just lurking today because Lamar. That's alright. Yeah, no, that's alright. And so I want to.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
So there. Oh my gosh, we made this work, guys. Whew.
We did. Thank goodness for Discord.
Oh, definitely. We just wait a bit. It's everyone kind of come in, settling in,
Yeah.
and get all the notification that we are live.
All right.
Wait first, and you know.
Hurry up and wait.
Yes. It's like I'm on the train. Please, hurry
Yeah.
and make the train go.
Yeah, we always say that too, like before a session, like before a race, and you're just waiting and
It's
then waiting.
it's the worst,
Just hurry up
isn't
and
it?
wait.
The balloon. Yeah, Maggie, you see balloon. I will never learn this mirror face cam. Hi, Kim. Yeah, Maggie Baloo is extra here for you. I know you here on stream or in shadow. For you. Yeah, but I think the waiting is the worst part of everything. No matter
Yeah.
what, waiting is terrible. Can't do it.
Yeah, I've been trying to work on patience, but I'm like, I am not patient at all when it comes to like waiting for things.
I feel absolutely hate waiting. And now we did the iRacing 24 hours of Nürburgring last weekend.
Ooh.
And the session not loaded. So we're just waiting there and waiting and waiting, and the session just not started. I was, oh my god, please let us just join the race. It's long enough.
Yeah, seriously, we don't need to add on any more to the 24 hours.
Yes, I think we waited 30 minutes. And then they told me 2021 they waited 3 hours for the hours of the. Oh my god.
Goodness.
I don't want this. I'm anxious enough. Let me just drive.
Yeah, seriously. That is like exactly how I feel sometimes on race weekends.
But it's worth the passion. Or just.
Exactly. You just gotta wait it out.
Yes. And I mean, it's all worth it when you are. I mean, for
Exactly.
me, it's the same stuff, but just absolutely great. So in 1 minute,
sure.
we have an advertise for 30 seconds, and after this, I would say we're gonna start the real part of this.
Okay, sounds good.
As we had so much trouble, I just forgot to sign my normal list. Started, so if you don't want to answer any question because we get ones. Don't
I'm honestly I'm down with anything. So
very
as long
good.
as they're not too crazy,
Because
I'll answer.
those interviews are a bit different than you may normally have them and
Yeah.
thing.
Hey, I like some good fun questions. So
I know at least one question.
okay.
Later. Later. Weight toner is a classic. I don't even know you called it weight. I wasn't doing iRacing back then. Totally missed all of this. Even it was an unranked,
Yes.
unofficial race, but it still counts for me as well.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Oh yes, for me it was. It was not very good in the sim. But
I've been trying to get better, but it's just like I'm gone all the time, so it's so busy to sim race, and then I do sim race, and idiots crash you out, and your I rating goes down, and I'm like, well,
I just have 500, I think. Am I back to 500? I don't know. I don't have that many I rating. But my safety rating is on point with.
that's good.
Not too crazy. Damn, then we can't ask the question of all. We will ask the question of always. Like
The question of all
always.
questions. I will answer the question of all questions.
Oh yeah. And there is no right or wrong, so don't worry about it. I have a good question, but after the break. Yeah, the break is now going, so after any
Okay.
advertising. Because I can't off the advertising, please. Seconds advertising each hour minimum I go, so
Gotcha.
it's a crazy question that too dangerous to ask. No. I mean I know you normal question may come up. So, but I would say before we start any questions from Ed, just to tell us shortly and the people in chat who may not know who you are.
So, I'm Charlotte Traynor. I am an 18-year-old race car driver from Phoenix, Arizona. I just started racing cars last year, and this year I'm competing part time in the Mazda MX-5 Cup. And I also just did a World Racing League race at Daytona with AE Victory Racing. And before cars, I was karting for like almost 5 years. So trying to get out there, making my start as a race car driver. So yeah, that's kind of a brief, you know, synopsis on who I am and what I do, and yeah.
You also already have a lot of fans now because you said Mazda next.
Yeah. So we're only running a partial season this year because the goal is to get nominated. They have a shootout at the end of the year. So we're doing 3 races because if you only do 3 races, you could still be eligible for Rookie of the Year next year. And the Rookie of the Year, if you win that, I think, don't quote me on this, it's either 75 grand or 100 grand is what Rookie of the Year gets.
I think
So
70. I wrote so often about this scholarship and stuff, but
yeah,
I forgot this.
yeah, I gotta go look too. But so in order to be eligible for that, you can only run 3 races. So that's what we're doing. That's why it's a partial schedule. But next year I will be full time in the MX5 Cup.
Also, just adding my goose question. My super question is, what is the best series in the world, and why is it MX5 Cup?
Oh yes, well it is MX5 Cup, so thank goodness you said that. But honestly, if you watch the MX5 Cup races on YouTube, IMSA, Peacock, like it literally produces some of the best racing you've ever seen because all the cars are so close. Like they're all spec cars. Like everything under the engine is the exact same. So it's all down to driver, and that's why you see like the top 10 literally at this past weekend at Mid Ohio, like the top 15 was separated by only half a second. So it's like it's so competitive, and the level of drivers, you have young carters like me stepping into it, and then you have people that have been in the series for like 5 years, and that's all they do. So it's like the level of drivers is incredibly high, and the skill level is incredibly high. So you take like these incredibly skilled drivers and put them all in very similar, basically identical cars. Like you just get such good racing, and it's a show. It is definitely a show, to say the least.
Oh, definitely. We love here. I mean, most we have some Americans in chat, but also the most are Europeans. We all love the MX5 Cup, so you always see us watching. So
Yeah,
the series is just so good. So I
it
started
is.
into the
It is
series
very fun.
because riding for races was so. Oh, we have the MX5 Cup. We have three good. I think it's 2021 or 2022. I can't quite remember. Can you do it this one weekend? Because the guy who does it normally had no capacity. And then I wrote about it, and I was so, can I do this each weekend now? Because that's so much fun to watch. I fall instantly in love with the series. It's just so much action. So love it.
Yeah, no, it's so entertaining for sure, and I'm so happy that, like, I feel like it is getting a lot more visibility now, and people are realizing, like, the series is incredibly good, and the drivers are good too. Like, you'll see the drivers from the MX5 Cup, like Connor Zilic, like Tyler Gonzalez, they'll go up and they'll perform in these, like, other higher categories, and they'll just do really well, and it's like, I feel like that's kind of a testament to just how hard the series is as well. Like, if you can perform in the MX5 Cup, you can perform just about anywhere.
Yeah, it's absolutely. I mean, I think I did a lot in this on my server, in my Discord server, to spread this MX5 CAC, but it's also, I mean, they're really doing good, announcing and kind of also in German, so don't ask me. To promote
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
series also with social media. I mean, we in Europe, most of us in Europe can just watch it for free, so we can just go to YouTube or in the TV to just watch it, and it's so much fun. The final lap. I mean, there's still 10 to 15 cars that still can win in the final lap. It's just crazy.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah, you could go from like first to 10th in one corner, and
yes.
not many other series have that. So it's special. It's really special.
Also, you can kind of battle rough. So it's not that you kind of touch another car and you get instantly a penalty or something. I mean, you get penalty when it's getting too much and stuff, but you still can kind of battle car to car or wheel to wheel. So that's also something I really really like. So these cars are kind of hard to break. So
Yeah, no, bumping is the name of the game in the MX5 Cup, and actually, with the cars being hard to break thing, they do break. So they crumble a lot. There's a lot of broken pieces sometimes when you're driving an MX5 Cup car. So half of the time, even though they do break, we race them like they don't break. So it's like we'll be driving down the straightaway and you like hit someone and your wheels like completely the 45 degrees. But I mean it'll still drive and you're still gonna race it. So they do get banged up a lot, but that does not stop that does not stop anyone from just going for it.
yeah, and you
So
see this, and also you as spectator just see the fun in the series. So you just want to watch. I mean, sometimes
yeah,
the races are for us on times where I'm thinking, oh, I should sleep, but it doesn't matter. I just watch the race. So I unfortunately missed the
yeah.
last weekend because of our 24-hour race, and normally I'm the first one screaming, I want to watch this. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's really fun. It's enjoyable for sure.
absolutely.
Enjoyable to watch. Sometimes racing it gets a lot and it's stressful, but it is really fun.
That's
And the
very true.
platform that they have provided, and Mazda,
Also,
I feel like is really doing a good job with how they promote their drivers and how they're promoting their series as well, and just like the payouts too.
it's
Like the
crazy.
top 10 gets paid out, the highest finishing female gets paid out. Now they just added like the highest mover, like who makes up the most positions, they
Yeah,
get paid out. So it's like it's insane in that sense as well.
that's absolute crazy, but that's also showing how much they want to have the drivers there and racing. Also with the female prize money. I think that's something to show, hey, we want you there. We want females and
Yeah.
every driver who can make it into the series. So, and I think that's pretty cool because many series are not that inclusive. So
Yeah.
I
No,
really
they're
love this.
super inclusive and super dedicated, and then all that first to the finish like documentary stuff too with, the MX5 Cup is just crazy for a series to get like its own documentary too is super cool. So they're definitely doing a lot on their end.
Absolutely. And I mean, when we just make the bridge to the other series you're racing or you raced in the World Racing League, it's so hard to follow the series, especially outside of the US. I'm not sure if it's easier in the US, but outside the US, it's nearly impossible to follow those series, unfortunately. We tried because we wanted to write about it and stuff, because the VR always has female drivers, but it's really nearly impossible, and that's a shame because I do think the series also have great racing to show and stuff, but I'm just watching. So I'm not sure. It's just we in Europe we
Yeah,
can't watch it, or is it an general
I
thing?
don't know because it's not on it's on YouTube. So it streams on YouTube, but it's not like IMSA where it's like on Peacock and it's on kind of TV. So it might I don't know, it might not be available like in Europe, you know. I know it's just on YouTube here, but yeah, then like in terms of articles, like I know they have a website and stuff, but it's definitely not as like covered, I would say, as, you know, the MX5 Cup, especially because the MX5 Cup is like under IMSA, you know, that umbrella. So it has some pretty good coverage. But yeah, it's sad because that was a really cool weekend. So I wish, yeah, there was a bit more coverage for the World Racing League because that would be really cool.
Very true. I mean, I follow most. I mean, I follow the team. I follow most of the drivers were in this weekend, so I saw a lot going on. But it's just the snippets. You never have the whole story, and so that's make it sometimes really, really difficult to follow a series. And also certain drivers when you just want to watch something for a driver. I mean, we also know so many series just showing the first 3 to 4, 5 cars for drivers, and the rest is just bye. We never show you.
Yeah, exactly. It just
So
like forgets about you. Yeah, it's just the top three, and then the rest are yeah,
it's such a
like
shame
they don't exist.
sometimes. So, but I
I
mean,
know.
I also kind of understand it sometimes from the side of the series, but not as a fan. I want to see everyone. So,
Yeah, and it's like sometimes there's gonna be better battles like in the midfield too.
oh
You know,
yes,
like sometimes first, second, and third, they just pull away, and then like the rest of the midfield is like they're going to war, and the camera's just missing it because they're focused on, you know, the top three. And it's like I do understand it, like you said, but I mean the midfield action is where it's at, honestly.
absolutely. We have an endurance German series here, and they have different car classes and stuff, and they're always showing the GT always. And then they're saying, "Oh, there's so exciting battles in the midfield and the other car classes," and you're sitting there, yeah. And why you don't show them to us? I mean,
Yeah,
it's nice
exactly,
you tell
exactly.
us, but why you're not
Yeah,
showing it? So
exactly.
it's sometimes. I mean, I know the trouble when we do articles for races and we follow the female drivers, and you're just thinking, okay, I watched the whole race. I do know nothing after this race about her race. So sometimes it's just
Yeah, exactly. There's
very
just
very
not any coverage. You're like, come on.
yes. I mean, it's a big help. We mostly try to get in touch with them and just try to have a bit of feedback so we can do something out of it. But sometimes it's just so tiring. Just show me
I know,
everything.
yeah. It's hard to just like search for that information that's, you know, not necessarily provided.
Definitely. And I mean, there are, I don't know, there are so many drivers in a race. Tell me a bit about everyone. So I would like this.
Exactly.
Also, hi Tom. I'm sorry I missed it. But
Mhm.
as there was a race prep Beetle and the commentator was all on, it's not only GT3 and cab races, there are more cars. Yeah, but they don't show us them. And yes, I meant, and as I said, this comment about the German endurance series. It was a race that happened, then there was a checkered flag. Yeah, but when I write this as an article, I do not think that someone appreciates this.
Yeah.
Oh, the Beetle got 10 seconds at least. But yeah,
Better than nothing, but you know. So
yes, I love racing, but sometimes it's also give me more.
yeah,
More.
it can be frustrating at times, but
Yeah, but we still love it too much to just go out of this.
exactly.
How did you start it into motorsport? Was it family intended?
So no, none of my family raced. It's funny. My dad was a pilot, my grandpa was a pilot, my sister was a pilot. So it's like those genes just skipped over me, and it was just from watching it. Like I would watch it on TV and I would watch it, just all the time at home when I was younger. And it's like when they would show the in-car cameras and I would just it's like a switch that just turned on in my brain and I'm like, that looks like so much fun. Like they would show the NASCAR on boards or the Formula One on boards. And it just looked like so much fun. Like to 13-year-old me, I was like, that looks so cool. I want to do that. How do I do this? So I was fully like I was so into it and I was looking up how do I do this. So I told my dad about it and we went indoor go-karting. And from there, it just kind of took off. Then he drove and he, got me a go-kart, like a professional go-kart. And then, the rest was history. But so I don't really have much of my parents at least don't have a background in motorsports, but we do have a bit of a background in like motocross. So our neighbors were huge in like dirt biking. So they got us into dirt biking. So when I was like 10 years old, we had these like dirt bikes and we built this dirt bike track in our backyard and we'd be doing that. So, you know, we were kind of in it like that too, but yeah, no racing in my family other than me.
That's something you don't hear that often, to be honest. So mostly it's something family intended, but that's also cool. I mean,
Yeah, it's cool that I saw it and it was just something that I instantly knew. I'm like, I want to do that so bad, and I don't know what it was. It was just,
yeah, just trying out
just
things. Also, not get
yeah,
into this thinking it's for boys or stuff. I love it when also girls just try it. So I mean, it could be fun, it could be not, but you tried it at least, and I think that's the
yeah,
best of the whole
exactly. And
story.
I just fell in love with it, and I'm like, I think this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
When you once have the motorsport fever, you're normally not getting healed
Yeah,
anymore at any time.
exactly, exactly.
So Magu's asking, what do you race when not in the MX-5?
So I just raced a Toyota Supra GT4 car in the World Racing League. And then when I'm not in the MX5, honestly, it's just practicing. Like we've been practicing in the MX5 Cup because that's the main focus. So thank goodness we have our car out east, and we're literally just like flying out to all the East Coast tracks almost every other weekend, just practicing and getting seat time because seat time is so essential, and lots of the other drivers, they'll be racing, every weekend. So if you want to be good, you have to be able to kind of, stack up against them. And by doing that is just getting seat time. So yeah, whenever I'm not racing, I'm still at the track, just practicing in the MX5 Cup car, getting that seat time and getting that experience at tracks that, I haven't necessarily been to when other drivers have been to the tracks, so.
Start again. Do you do kind of, I don't know, well, we kind of talked about iRacing already, but do you also do sim racing as preparation? Tracks you maybe not know so far. I mean, we have the Mazda
Yeah.
MX-5 in iRacing. I'm not sure how close it is to the real one, but just as preparation, do you use iRacing, sim racing, whatever?
Yeah, no, for sure. I use it a lot. I try to get on it whenever I can. But definitely for learning new tracks, I will spend, a solid, few hours, maybe a day, like just trying to learn the track. And obviously, it never translates to real life. Like, it's never gonna be exact in real life. Like, the track in real life will be so much bigger, or it'll be more narrow, or there are bumps that you didn't know existed. But it does give you a really good, like, general idea of the track and where to go. So you're not at least like lost completely when you get there. So it does help. It does help a little.
Definitely. That's good. Some nice tracks on the East Coast, Watkins.
Yeah, yeah, there are a lot of good East Coast tracks. Because being from the West Coast, it's like it's kind of sad. Some of the tracks are dying out here, like, and they're old too. The history is just so rich out here in the West Coast. You have like Willow Springs and Buttonwillow and Laguna Seca and all these like historic tracks that it's like sadly they're kind of being forgotten just because they're getting older and they're all not repaved or resurfaced and they're bumpy and they're sketchy in some spots, so it's tricky being from the West Coast. We're always having to, fly and go to the East Coast to those tracks because that's where everything is.
Yeah, it's a shame. Also, we have a lot of dying race. It's just a shame because I don't know how to end the
Yeah.
sentence, but it's just a shame because you still, when you put a bit of money in, you still can do so much out of this. Sebring isn't fun. Well,
funny,
well,
funny joke.
well. Kim is asking if you have been driving, sorry, on Willow Springs, and if yes, it is fun to race it. Is it fun?
Yes, I have driven Willow Springs. I've raced there in a spec Miata. It is super fun. It's sketchy in my opinion because the last corner is just like all bumps. And they actually used to race like IndyCar there and stuff, but they had to shut that down because the track is definitely very sketchy in some spots just because of the bumps and how high speed it is. Like the last corner is like over 100 miles an hour and it's just all this bumpy surface. So, um, it's definitely sketchy, but it's a super fun track, and it's cool. Just like the history of that place too is so rich. So being there was a cool experience for sure.
And I think that's the most sad stuff about Rex dying. I said because all the history that is connected to this track is just so often then forgotten because no one is talking about it anymore or thinking about it anymore. So just maybe the person who lived close there or so still knowing the history, but everyone else is just it's just fading, and that's a shame.
Yeah, definitely.
In racing games, the last corner is crazy, so it must be fun.
Yeah. No, it's for sure crazy. The real world, it's sketchy. Like it takes you a few tries to get used to it. But I mean, once you get used to it, it's obviously super fun. But you just really have to like trust your car that it's gonna, hold over the bumps. And you really have to have a good like reference point too, like where you're looking, obviously. You really have to look like so far up in the corner. But it's a cool track.
We do often have a thing, but I just saw we have this in iRacing, so I can try it later.
Yeah.
Do you have a dream track you want to go to?
Ooh, definitely like Spa or like because I've never even been to Europe yet. So any of like those historic European tracks, I feel like would be really cool. Spa's a big one. I've always wanted to go to the Netherlands as well, like Zandvoort. I think that track is so cool. Um,
Yeah,
Let me think of some good ones in the US. I've always wanted to go to Daytona, and I was just at Daytona, so that was a really cool experience.
but it's check on your list, so
Yeah, exactly. Just checking off the list one by one.
yeah. I mean, you can never visit too many racetracks. Hello.
Exactly, exactly.
So
The more the merrier.
there's so many on my list to go to. So
Yeah, there's lots.
I mean, I will visit Sanford the first time this year.
Oh wow, that's so cool.
Be fun. Another track for my checklist.
Yeah, exactly. Check it off.
So that will be the fourth country I will be in for the race. Yeah.
That's cool.
The classic F1 track Scandinavian Raceway. I do not know if anyone knows this track, Magoo, but nice one. Anderstorp. I'm so sorry when I pronounce this wrong. I'm not good in pronouncing stuff and so, but I try always. So yeah, when
Yeah,
you come to
I've
Europe, I
tried that
mean,
too.
you probably can also visit a lot from people here. We will show you
Yeah,
our home tracks.
I would love to see them all. I need tour
We
guides.
have quite good tracks, I think, in Europe. But it's also we have a kind of a bit different racing than you have in the US. So I think they're all kind of different build and also having history. As for example, we don't have a lot of ovals here. So yeah, they have way more ovals in the US, but still we have a few.
Yeah, yeah. Oval racing is definitely huge here, and then kind of like the in course too. Like you're on the oval, but then you go like in the infield of the speedway. Those tracks are always really cool here, but it'd be cool to like obviously, like I said, experience tracks in the out in Europe because I feel like they seem very sophisticated. I don't know. I've never been there, but they all seem, like at least some of them, compared to the US at least, like they're very smooth and they're very like maintained and well kept, whereas some in the US, you'll just like hit a bump and you're like, oh gosh, I didn't know that was there. Like Sebring, for example, like it's never been resurfaced or repaved, and you can barely walk by the time you're done driving it because you just had like, you know, it felt like a massage that like went wrong.
Yeah, I do think most of the tracks here are kind of cared for very, very good. But not all. It also very is different in different regions. So I think, for example, Scandinavian tracks are more wild than tracks or Austrian tracks. So that's also making a difference. I just have a cat on my.
That's adorable. But yeah, no, the Nürburgring too. That would be a super
Yeah,
cool
but
place
then
to go
the
to. I want to go there so bad.
but the whole Nordschleife, not just the Grand Prix, because that one is
Yeah,
that was boring. But the whole Nordschleife, love. So much
yeah.
love.
Seems like such a cool place.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's like cars too loud, close to track. Yeah, can happen in Germany as well. So we have some
Hey,
weird
I'm okay with
rules.
race car noises. I'm completely fine with that.
Yeah, but we had I can't quite remember what track it was, but I remember one was in Prague and one was also in Germany. The TCRs needed to cut down their volume because of loud, so had an extra meeting that they need to cut down their volume. It was a bit ridiculous, but well, that's
Yeah,
motorsport sometimes.
we had a track that was like the case scenario here in Arizona. It had like a sound limit of like 96 decibels maybe. And the funny thing is, it was right next to an Air Force base. So you have these fighter jets taking off, like being so loud, and then they would make you put like mufflers on your cars, and your car couldn't be over like 96 decibels. So it's like, okay, well, we're right next to an Air Force base, and yet we're still incredibly restricted on the sound, that we can make. Is just crazy.
That's so stupid, honestly. That's something where I'm thinking, oh, wait, who thought about this? I mean, those jets are so much louder.
Yeah. And it's like,
Ah,
I get it because it's like government, but it's, yeah, double standards. Yeah.
yeah, oh,
For sure. Just,
definitely.
just let our race cars make noises. Come on, man. It's not hurting anyone.
But I mean, also when you watch a lot of IndyCar races, or especially IndyCar, there are always jets over the track, right? Beginning of the race and stuff. So you gotta give it them. Whew, risky.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, hey, we need to accept it. They're not change it extra for us, so we gotta accept it. Can Charlotte read the chat? I do think so.
Yes, I can. I have Twitch up right now, even though I'm on Discord. I have the Twitch stream, so I can see the chat too.
I like the approach with that one US drag racing track. They made the bill of if the track was here before you, you don't get to. Yeah, I mean it's like it, right? I mean,
That is very true.
when you move close to a racetrack that already exists, then you know what you're getting into it. So that's something I hate when someone says this. They're so loud. Yeah, but the track
Yeah.
was there before you, so stop complaining. So
Yeah, I don't even know why that's like a conversation anymore. It's like you people, you read, and you research the area obviously before you move there, and it's like, well,
yeah,
that was your decision.
and
So,
it's not that the track is so small that it can hide somewhere. I mean, normally
yeah,
it's a kind of
exactly.
big area where the track is. So
Like Joseph Newgarden. Yes, I love Joseph Newgarden. He's definitely one of my favorites.
I don't hate this
You
question.
don't? Oh my gosh, what? Oh, bombshell, why? No, Joseph, no.
I don't hate him, but I'm a pedo fan, so Kim is always playing against me with
Oh,
this.
okay, gotcha. Okay, I love. What's impossible to not
So he always
love?
will throw this question in just to annoy me. because he always hopes you all say it's New Garden and not Pedo. So I also
um,
like New Garden. I don't mind this. I'm
yeah, I love
fine.
them both.
Yeah. I mean, Pedo is a fan person.
He is. He's a super nice person.
I mean, most of them are. When we not count
Yeah.
Ruchi into this. It's too loud. What's your goal if you have one? What series do you want to get to?
I'd say my goal is just to make a living off of this and to be a professional race car driver. So if I could get, but a dream would be like competing in, the World Endurance Championship or IMSA, or I mean, IndyCar would be super cool, but it's, the open wheel route is super expensive. So that's, I mean, like, unless I get some insane opportunity, I cannot afford to do open wheel stuff. But I love endurance racing. So it's like I have literally always dreamed of running, the 24 hours of Le Mans, the 24 hours of Daytona. So like if I could do that, that would be just the coolest thing on the planet.
Oh, we're gonna support you there. So
Yeah, that would be cool for sure. And I love how complex endurance racing is too. It's like, obviously the MX5 Cup and everything that I've done so far is like a sprint, but it's like endurance racing is so team orientated too, because it's like you have four drivers, you all have to do your job, and you just all really, have to work together, and it amplifies that so much endurance racing. And I feel like it adds such another level, and it's beautiful, honestly. I just love the dynamic of endurance racing and how much is really going on. So yeah.
absolutely. And I just gonna take this question ahead because I know it probably will come from Magoo because he would probably ask when you would drive in Le Mans, for example, 24 hour. What car would you want to drive, and which three teammates would you add to your team?
Oh man, that's hard. I mean, obviously, of course I'd want to, drive a GTP car, the prototype ones. Those are just because I love, just how advanced they're getting with all the technology that, that goes behind them. I mean, it's basically, as close as you're gonna get to, like a Formula One car. Like it's just, I absolutely love all the technology that goes behind, the GTP cars. So that I would love to drive that. But honestly, if I'm driving it the 24 hours, I will drive any car. I'll drive the LMP2s. I'll drive, the GT cars. I will literally take anything. Um, but a prototype one would be super cool. And then three drivers to share. Oh, that's hard. I don't know. The Iron Dames too. That would be such a cool team to be a part of. I feel like with Sarah Bovey, they have Cecilia Martin. I think is that how you say her name?
Yeah, yeah.
Michelle Gadding. Like those, they're just incredible. So it's like to share the track with the Iron Dames or to share a car with them. Like that would be a dream come true as well.
Definitely. I mean, never stop dreaming. You never know what
Yeah,
can happen.
yeah.
I mean,
For sure. It's just so inspiring to like watch them and being part of an all-female team last weekend in the WRL. It's so uplifting and it's incredible to see like what these other women can do, and it's absolutely incredible, and the energy is just like nothing I've ever experienced being a part of that team last weekend, with us all girls at AE Victory. So to do that with the Iron Dames, that would be like a dream come true.
absolutely. I also think it's a way different spirit when females support females because it just, as you said, it's so uplifting and so it feels even more worth somehow. Not that I want to take the worth from every phrase away, especially because I think we have just at the moment. Um, but just having the feeling from females supporting females is so special. Yeah, uplifting and just inspiring. So I definitely know what you mean.
Yeah, it's just like it's such a special connection, and then you all get to share the car. It's like it's the coolest thing on the planet.
But then you need to drive with a pink livery.
I like pink. I really like their white and pink like that they
Oh
have
yeah,
going on this year. I think it's such a cool livery. Like I really like it.
yeah, true. I'm not the biggest pink fan, but I still like the livery.
They make it work. It works.
Yeah.
You know, another car that I would love to drive is Spike the Dragon, the LMP2 car, the
Yes.
AO Racing Spike. I love that car as well. I love that we have Rexy here, you know, in the US, the Porsche, and Roxy, his sister, you know, the two dinosaurs. So
We just
that would
need
be
them
another
all.
like, yeah, that would be another team I would like love to drive with.
There's only one thing wrong with the Dams. They should go back to the rear car of Ferrari. No, 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 no. The Porsche is right.
We
Ah,
like Porsches here. I like Porsches.
I always when someone needs to drive with me in a team at iRacing, they always need Porsche. We will not allow other cars when we have the choice. When we have the choice. I drove a Ferrari today to my well, but I couldn't drive a Porsche. We love pink liveries. Yeah, I'm more purple. I love more purple colors.
I
But
love purple too. I'm with you on that.
purple is yeah. I mean, pink also can work as we see, but the
Pink looks really good, like when you combine it with things, like pink and black looks good, or like stuff. But purple is, yeah, my favorite color too.
from a someone I a Ferrari. I never promised you this, but you still can try. But you never get the Ferrari to drive in GT. Also, I remember Samu said she doesn't want to drive a Ferrari. Out there, you are out there. So, Chad, more questions? Didn't check. Talk anymore. It's so warm. Wanted to say something. I forgot it. I think it was something about IndyCar. I mean, yes, you said that this is a very expensive career path, and in the US it's less expensive than it is in Europe, but still it's very expensive. But you never know what doors can open. Sometimes you just need to be lucky and be on the uh, right spot and the right time.
Exactly. It's like I feel like people forget that too in motorsports. Like they'll say a driver just got there through money or they got there through like, you know, or talent or something, but it's like, you know, obviously money and talent, you know, and money is always going to be the biggest, but it's also literally just a matter of being in the right spot at the right time.
Yes,
Like half of the reason why I'm in cars is because I was in the right spot and met the people. Like they just so happened to be at the track the night that we were at the track. And then you start talking and you make a conversation. So it's just being in the right spot, introducing yourself to people, you know, always
yes,
kind of like getting your foot in the door and like looking for that opportunity. So that's honestly how a lot of opportunities come about as well. Is just, you know, kind of getting lucky with it, you know.
absolutely. Being seen on the right spot when someone is maybe looking for something. Just seeing someone driving very good in a race that they may look at or something. You just need to be seen at the right time. So it's obviously the most, as you said, the most point is money. You mostly get nowhere without money or a lot of work and sponsorship stuff. I mean, it's not just
Yeah.
about driving. You also have all the sponsorship work you need to get sponsored for it, all this behind the scenes that most people will never see because they follow the races but not what's behind, so they will never know how much work you put next to the racetrack into your career, like
Yeah, exactly. Like all
riding.
the networking stuff
Yes,
nowadays, it's just like it's insane.
it's just crazy. I mean, as I said, it's not just the driving, is you need to find sponsors, you need to write sponsors, you need to talk with people about sponsorship or whatsoever, about making contact with all the people to get all the opportunities you may get to. Then I mean you also need to do some sports to be fit enough to be in the car and stuff.
Yeah.
So much time. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a
So
lot. Like you have to try you're your own like business person, basically. So, you know, you're having to learn how to attract sponsors and, you know, all the stuff like I don't know how to do that. So it's like I'm learning how to do that and like make these, you know, sponsorship packets to hand out to people and all these proposals. And then of course the being fit side of it too. So it's like you're taking on multiple roles. You know, you're not just a driver. You know, you're a business person, you're an athlete, you're trying to become you're a social media, person. So it's just like it's a bunch of different roles that you have to have the whole package. If you want to become a racing driver, you have to have it all.
Absolutely. It's just crazy. I think getting into MX5 is a good way to move forward under the black. Oh, definitely. I
For
think
sure.
MX5 is one of the best series to start with on the ladder. I mean, of course, you can also start with Spec Miatas. So many, I think, starting with the Spec Miata series, even they're a bit confusing to understand, especially for non-American persons, because there's so many races and
Yeah, there's
different
a lot of levels.
section and stuff. I mean, Nicole tried to explain this to us last time, and I need to say I forgot most of it already again because I don't need to remember it
Yeah,
because she is racing in
but
the SA. The
SCCA, the Sports Car Club, yeah,
right.
of America. They're like the baseline, kind of like that's where you would start. It's like, you could just sign up. And then, the MX5 Cup is honestly a pretty big step compared to like the lower kind of categories like the Spec Miata or the Spec MX5. But no, it's definitely the MX5 Cup is so good, like we talked about, for the visibility. Because you're racing, with all the other IMSA, like with the WeatherTech Championship, you're racing the same weekend as them. So it's like the teams are there. You never know who could be watching. Like back on that,
Yeah.
conversation again. So it's a super good way to get noticed. And it's like I said earlier, if you can drive the MX5 Cup cars, you can drive just about anything. Like last week, when I hopped in the Toyota Supra GT4 car at Daytona, like I was like, this car is easy to drive
Mhm.
compared to the MX5 Cup car. Like the brakes, the turn in, like it's so much easier than the Cup car. So, going into the MX5 Cup series, it really sets you up for success. So,
Yeah. I just have the side view from iRacing, but I also have a lot of trouble driving the MX5 Cup car instead of a GT4 because the GT4 is doing what I wanna, and the MX5 Cup is
exactly.
doing a lot what I maybe want, but not all of what I want. So, and I think in real
Yes.
life it's even probably
Yeah, in real life they're tricky because they have a sequential transmission. They don't have a normal like manual, like a 5 speed. They just have a sequential, so that means you can go into the corners so much faster. And like when you're trying to make a slow car go fast, you are always going to be on the limit. So to get that car to go fast, you are always pushing it, and it really like the front end of the car is really good. The front end on the Mazda is incredible, but it's almost like the rear end can't keep up with it. So it's like because you're going into the corners so fast and it's a bit more than what the car can take, the rear end is always trying to come around and like spin around on you. Like on iRacing, people are like, oh yeah, they spin all the time. And it's like, that's how it is in real life.
yeah,
The rear end is super hard to control in those cars. So it teaches you really good car control, and it teaches you, how to drive slow cars fast and how to always be on that limit.
yeah,
Because in racing, you're always on the limit. You're always just like dancing between, sliding and spinning out, and that's what that car teaches you how to do. So once you drive that fast, you just learn how to apply it to these other cars that are easier, and it just makes everything, work for you a lot easier when you step into like a GT car or, anything that's not a Mazda.
absolutely. So I think it's a good teacher car. You can learn a lot about driving this car and getting used to driving. So by the way,
And the
hi,
racecraft too.
yeah. By the way, hi Max, hi Phil. Even we started later, Phil. You overslept. Impressive, no. I'm a terrible kart racer. Yeah, I know that kart race. I had fun.
Karting's
Supportive.
karting's hard. It's tricky. It's it's definitely strange because like obviously the cart has no suspension, so you're having to you know really work. Like karting is really physical compared to cars. Karting is super physical. Like you feel every bump, every curb, and depending on what type of cart you're in, like if it has a faster engine, Like that's why Formula One drivers and IndyCar drivers and they all go kart, when they can because it just keeps you in shape. Like it keeps your neck in shape, it keeps your arms in shape just because it's so physical because you have nothing protecting you. You don't have the suspension taking the blow of the curbs or stuff. You just feel literally every single thing in the go kart, and it gets super physical too. So karting is tricky.
Oh yeah, and you need to be in shape to drive a kart. Very, very good, very fast. So definitely the best practice you can do. So when you're like me, very lazy doing sport, just do something what's fun, and karting is definitely the most fun. So that's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
best
just do
sport.
karting.
Yeah, that would be great. Tim, I have an
It's a good
important.
excuse. Just like I gotta exercise.
Yeah, maybe I should go karting again. Should Toyota keep the red GT1 tribute livery for the rest of the time in VEC or go back to the black livery? I do not. I need to lie, I haven't seen any.
I like red. I'd say red's one of my favorite colors. So
Yeah, well, then we need a red livery. I'm fast on the sim but slow in the cars. Yeah, but in Sims, you're probably not driving cars.
there are kart simulators. They're nowhere near as accurate in my opinion as like car simulators because it's just hard to like simulate the feel of a go-kart. And go-kart, they're a lot to get into, and it's like the kids in go-karts, like they're fast. It's super competitive, you know. It's also kind of the same case. It's like the whole field is split by like half a second. So to drive, go-karts on the edge too is very, very tricky, and it takes a long time. Like that's why so many kids, like everyone starts when they're so young. It just takes a long time, to get good at it, and you know, to add to the physical thing and how good all the other kids are. So karting is a very difficult sport.
Yes. And it also depends when you start, how often you do it, how good is you, probably teaching,
Yeah,
coaching, and everything. So there's so
exactly.
many points you need to be lucky and good at. So
Yeah, yeah. Seat time's a huge thing too. It's like you need to have a track close to you, to be able to drive there. Like if you're not realistically, like in karting or honestly like anything in cars, if you're not practicing multiple times a week, you're you're gonna get passed. Like
definitely,
you're not gonna be there. You're not gonna be competitive. Like you really, it's a full time commitment, and you have to be able to make that commitment and just put hours in and get that seat time.
yes. But one thing I really want to do one day in my life is ice karting.
Oh my goodness, yes.
That's
Oh,
something
I
I
want to do that so
dream
bad.
about. I really want to do
That
ice
looks
karting.
like so much fun. I've seen so many videos on that. My friends and we have talked about that so many times back in karting too. We're like, that would just be the coolest thing to do.
Yes. So next time we organize a ice
No,
karting community
yeah,
event,
ice karting live stream. Yeah.
because that's something I really want to try out because that looks so freaking fun. I mean, as I was doing karting back then, I loved rainy days because I love karting in the rain more than in the dry. So I think ice could be so much fun.
Yeah,
So
I think that'd be awesome. I love the wet more than the dry as well, especially in go-karts. It's so much fun. So ice, that would be the new level. We gotta do that.
definitely. So okay, we need to add more stuff to the planning list. I
Oh,
mean,
there you go. Ice karting, top of the list.
right. And I mean, I need to come to the US anyways because I think I promised so many persons now and just said with that I come over. So I should do
Yeah,
this. So
well, now, yeah, we have plans now, and we'll do
absolutely.
ice karting.
I love this. This guy I don't see chat anymore. Sounds fun apart from the temperature you need for ice. I don't mind this to be honest.
Mhm.
I'm not having the most problems with cold. I would
I
survive
mean, at
this.
least you have a lot of gear too. Like you got the helmet, the suit, the gloves,
Yeah.
so
Should be fine
it's
for
kind of it's better than like when it's super hot and you have to put all the gear on. So
yeah, would agree. So and after this you can, I don't know, hot chocolate or whatever to get warm again. So
yeah,
I think that would, for me it would be alright.
yeah, I much prefer being cold than being hot.
Yeah, me too. I'm definitely more winter kid than summer kid. Yeah. Miska, I read. Okay, I don't. Ah, I hate what? I hate being
Hate being
cold.
cold. Oh man.
I know,
I grew
Miki.
up in the mountains, so I'm used to it. I like it.
I mean, also, you can put more clothes on, but you can't get rid of more clothes than you're already on. So yeah, I
Yeah, it's
also
like being sweaty is just like, ugh.
yeah. Mm, just thinking about. I'm from Sweden, so I should be used to it, but I hate it. Well, just because you know it, you don't need to like it. Okay, my one cat just destroys the flat button. So more questions, guys. I also have one because we normally at one point in this chats we normally get to food questions. So what's the best food you ever had on a racetrack?
Ooh, oh my goodness. That's a really good question, honestly. So the team I was with last weekend, they have like their own chef. And he makes things like I don't know what he does, but he does something right. He makes these just like incredible like breakfast sandwiches and like grilled chicken and just makes like all these things so that we have them ready because normally track food is like, it's kind of sometimes it's not the best, but it's like he was like cooking and making stuff all day and like oh my goodness, nothing beat his cooking. Like he was by far like he is such a good person on their team. So to have him make stuff for us, like he would make breakfast sandwiches, like yogurt parfaits. It was just like the whole shebang. So that was honestly really good. Like last weekend, I was I was in heaven with all the food that he would make. And then also this may sound weird, but it was like at a go-kart track a few years ago. They had all these smoothies, and they named like all the smoothies after like Formula One tracks. So they had like an Interlagos, they had like Spa, they had all these a Monza, they had all these like smoothie themed Formula One,
That's cool.
things, and they were really good. Like it was so refreshing too, because it was in Florida, so it was super hot, and so like having like a smoothie, like they were really good. By far one of the best smoothies like I've ever had in my life.
Okay, check it on the list. I just need to go there for the smoothies.
Yeah, it was at Orlando Kart Center. That's what it's called, and it's like the Interlagos smoothie, the Monza smoothie, like
Hmm.
themed after all these F1 tracks. They're really good.
So cool. Full is this close to you? So I just visit you and then we go there.
Yeah, and then we could go to Florida. Perfect. Then we could
Yeah,
go to Daytona. Do the
yeah.
whole like tour.
I just visit everything then. When I'm there, then I take the time and just go everywhere. So definitely.
Exactly.
That's the big one. It's too scary. I mean, Chad, should we ask the
Uh oh.
question of all questions? Oh my gosh.
Uh
Thanks for the follow. I just got a heart attack.
oh.
Premiere, thanks for the follow. No, I don't think we dare. We should. We should ask it. I mean,
I'm ready. I'm intrigued.
we asked this every guest because how long I do this chats now? 2 years, I think. But it started with the first one, and now we ask this every guest. So the question of all question is: there is no right or wrong answer because you have both sides in this game. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
No. I
Yeah,
am not I
we,
am not a pineapple on pizza person. It's like I don't know. I don't think it fits. I'm sorry. I don't think it works.
some
I
you will make
I'm
some
so
very
sorry.
happy now.
My
It's
goodness.
it's 10-6 now. 10-6 for no pineapple.
Oh man. I don't think it like the flavor because it's like that is sweet. So it's like I'm trying to enjoy like the savory pizza, and then you just get like boom, sweet pineapple, and I'm like, ooh, it's just I don't know, it's just not my thing. Like I can kind of see why people like it, but I don't.
That's absolutely fair. To maybe say this with our first guest on this thing was an Italian journalist, so
Oh my goodness,
of
I
course,
couldn't imagine.
this question came up, and now we just asked this everyone because it's kind of an inside gag now that we just asked everyone about
That's
this
tradition.
question.
Oh
So
boy.
it's really just for fun. That's why I said there is no right or wrong because we have each side on this stream,
Yeah, it's just what you prefer.
and everyone is vibing to it. So, but it was so fun having this Italian guy, and he was so shocked. So no, definitely not. Since then, we just asked everyone because it's so cool.
I
It's
wonder how many times like Italian people like get asked that or like pizza, related
probably
questions.
probably a
Like
lot.
probably a lot, yeah.
I mean, for them, it's more like a crime to put pineapple on pizza. So,
I I would think so, honestly.
but I mean, then just think about all the other stuff they put on pizza. I mean, like we had Sweden before. They have banana curry pizza. So
Yeah, like pineapple is definitely not the worst thing you could
no,
put on pizza. It's obviously not what I prefer, but there could be a lot worse things that you put on a
think so
pizza.
too. I do think so. But I mean, every time what they want to eat. I mean, pizza is so universal. You can put just everything on it what you like, and everyone has their own stuff. Germans have corn on pizza, and that's so
Corn on
disgusting.
pizza.
Why this is disgusting? Just
I
corn.
mean, it's a vegetable. It doesn't sound awful, but
For us in Germany, it's so normal to have corn on pizza. Honestly, I not realized before I started talking with non-German guys that this is so unusual because I thought it's pretty normal to have corn on pizza. So I was so, huh? Why
yeah,
you
that's
don't
just
know this?
yeah, it's just interesting. It's like the culture almost.
Yeah, I thought there are other stuff to discuss about food, but it's corn on pizza. That was you keep complaining about curry banana, so I have to complain about corn. That's alright. We still love each other. So I mean, food is so fun to
Pizza
talk
is still
about.
pizza, and we all still love pizza, so
Absolutely, and also you can do so much with pizza. I mean, there's so many ways to eat and put stuff on your pizza. Like with pasta, you can eat it with so many different stuff. What is the weirdest pizza you have had?
Ooh, oh my gosh, dessert pizza. It's like it's it's exactly what it sounds like. It's just like dessert pizza. Like, um, it'd be I think one was like this like maple kind of flavor. This probably sounds so weird, but like they just put like chocolate and stuff, and it's literally like a dessert pizza. But it wasn't too much. Yeah, like it was good because where I grew up, there was like a huge pizza company, so they would do so many different things with pizza. Like they would do like honey flavored pizza, like dessert pizza, maple pizza, like all these different flavors, and it wasn't bad. I've only had it once, but it wasn't bad, but just different.
Absolutely. I remember in Germany we had for a short time a pizza with chocolate and stuff on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, I can kind of see the vision there, but I don't think
It
it's
was
a
it was
real.
interesting for sure.
Yeah,
Another thing too that I saw is like my family, like they all put like honey on their pizza crust. And I think that I don't know if that was just like a culture thing from where we were from that everyone put honey on their crust. But I don't know. I don't know if people do that too, but that's also a huge thing that we did.
like dipping fries in milkshake.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I love doing that. I
I do
love doing
this too.
that.
Just in
I
van-
literally love doing
just
that.
in vanilla milkshake, but there, my friend.
It's the perfect combination, like sweet and salty.
Yeah, it is. Silly question. Living in Arizona, how many rattlesnakes do you catch on weekly basis.
Ooh. Okay, so rattlesnakes. I have not yet seen a rattlesnake. Like my parents have, but we do have a lot of snakes. There is a snake currently living in like the front of our house. He's like in like this hole. So you really have to be super careful, like where you walk outside, because I've had multiple just like, bull snakes and, garden snakes and snakes like that, just go out in front of you. But I have not yet seen a rattlesnake. My parents have a lot, but I don't know. I don't really want to come face to face with a rattlesnake anytime soon. There's too many disgusting bugs here. It's not fun.
Tom, remind me to never go to Arizona.
Yeah, we have like scorpions and it's not good. One time there was okay, I don't even this is a really bad story, but like there was a scorpion in our house, right? So my dad, he was like standing under like a ceiling fan, right, that we had in our house. And he felt like something drop on him. A scorpion literally
Oh,
dropped on him from yeah, I know. Like from the ceiling, it dropped on him and it bit him and I'm just like ever since then, I'm sometimes paranoid. Like, I'll be like looking up because they could come from any angle. Like, the bugs here, they will come from anywhere. Like, any crack in your house. Like, you are not safe. You are not safe from the bugs in Arizona. They will find you, and it is scary.
absolutely. I also maybe remember me to also come not to Arizona.
Yeah. No,
It's
it's
it sounds like
like
a bit like Little Australia.
a little bit. Like, actually, so, you know, in the summer they're kind of all out, but like in the winter it gets too cold for some of them. So, um, yeah, they don't. But there are tarantulas too. Like there was a tarantula on our back porch like a few weeks ago, and
Ugh.
that uh, ugh, I was
Eh.
like so disgusted.
Oh yeah, me too. Secondhand. Ugh.
Like that is just so scary.
I mean, I don't have anything about snakes, but the rest, no.
Yeah,
No.
it's so gross. It's not my thing. Not my thing at all.
No. I mean, I like animals and stuff, but there are animals I don't like.
Yeah,
Some
I
of
would
them
move.
was
It's it's scary for sure.
I
I'm thankful that I have not been like I've not yet come into contact with anything, but you hear the stories and you can only like imagine and it's like oh gosh.
yeah, especially I mean, you're just living your life and then something like this just
And then
moves.
boom, a
Yeah.
scorpion drops on you. You're like,
Ugh.
come on, man, what did I do to you?
I would chicken out. I would just, I don't know,
Yeah,
like my goo. Yeah, I would move. Bye.
yeah,
Just
it's
go
like I'm
somewhere.
never coming back.
So crazy. I mean, when you live there, you also kind of get kind of used to it, probably when you're just grown up in such an
Yeah,
environment. But ah,
yeah, it's like you learn how to deal with it, but it's like I'm still like whenever I go outside and whenever you're by bushes, I'm like always, kind of checking my six. I'm like, or anytime like a bush like rustles, even if it's like a little lizard, I'm like, no, I do not want to be near that bush because
absolutely. And I mean,
something inside it could attack me.
right. And maybe someone is hunting the lizard. So no.
Yeah, exactly. The snake's looking for the lizard and then
Yeah.
it sees you.
Even lizards are cute. So, but still, no, thank you. I think I prefer my cats and the dogs outside, and I think that's
Yeah, normal animals, not
yes,
these
yes,
freaky desert monsters.
absolutely. I mean, what nature thought about this? I mean, why
I
scorpions?
know.
Why? So
Yeah,
wasn't there
seriously, like, oh, I guess
was
that's the
yeah
reason.
wasn't there a better option than this? I mean, ugh. Baloo, we don't want to go to Arizona. Baloo is not going to Arizona though. This
I
cat
don't think
is
after this conversation anyone is gonna want to
yeah.
come to Arizona.
Yeah, maybe we come in such a security suits thingy. Nothing can reach us.
Yeah,
So that
it's
maybe could
like,
work.
yeah, pepper spray, or just come in the winter, because most of the time it's like too cold for like half of the things that do come out, to live here, so
Really.
they all just like go underground. So
Really, at least a
In the
bit of a
winter,
break.
I think you'd be safe.
Yeah, so we come all in the winter time. And maybe
And
we
it won't be like, super hot either. So
yeah, especially as we just saw most of us not liking the heat that much, so that would I mean that's perfect, right? So we come in the winter time.
perfect.
Next on my list. This list is
Yep,
growing.
it's just getting longer.
Yeah. If I listen to this, what you say?
That's like bug slander. Okay, some bugs are okay, but like I'm not messing with tarantulas, dude. I am not messing with tarantulas and scorpions. Like they don't like me. I don't like them.
Yeah. I don't see them, they don't see me, right? I just
Yeah.
close my eyes, they're not there anymore, right?
Oh my goodness. I wish. I wish it worked like that.
Yeah, me sometimes. Big spiders or something. We have one type of venomous snake here, but if you're a unhealthy adult, you will survive. No problem. Did you try it, Magoo? Is it first-hand
Dude, first,
information or I don't even know if we have anything venomous in our. I don't know. I did not. You did not survive, or you did not. Okay, that's maybe. I'm
just
pretty
a
sure.
ghost.
Pretty sure you survived. Otherwise, you couldn't write. Ah, I did not
Did
survive.
not
It's
survive.
your ghost.
Must be a ghost
Yeah,
then.
you're pretty good in writing as a ghost. Ugh, yeah, Phil, but no, no.
A couple of tarantulas. That's crazy. That's honestly crazy. I've had friends that have had like pet snakes, but I don't know. I'm just scared.
Yeah.
I'm scared of it all.
There is also more of those animals, but I think the tarantulas you're not shared on this.
Yeah, I remember there are sometimes like there's like these museums where you can go to and like hold the tarantulas and stuff, and I'm no, I don't want to do that.
No, the my brain will just build some weird stories in the night when I try to sleep about this. So no, I don't
Yeah.
do it. So scared about snakes that I will freeze in the moment I see one and start to cry. Oh no. My mic cuts out on sometimes. Yeah, I we had this yesterday too. I don't know what it is. Do something.
Technology has not been our friend at all
Absolutely.
today.
Today was really bad. But as I
It's
had
awful.
this critical thingy at the end, it maybe is on my end this big problem then. But well, we're working. It's a bit different because you don't see her this time. I but yeah, it's alright.
Okay, at least my voice is there.
Right. So we made it work. So I'm pretty happy with this. And yeah, I see. I mean, it works now, so at least the streaming program seems to be okay. And my microphone, yeah,
Yeah,
well,
maybe it was just like a temporary glitch, like on I don't know at the time or something, but
yeah. I mean, it's yeah, technical stuff. I'm never good with this, so it's fine. Coming through loud and clear. Yeah, that's good. That's very good.
perfect.
We can't have a room you what every time you have a chat with room you. I mean, a room tour. Oh, okay.
Sure.
Imagine they would all come to me, but I mean, I do think I have too many different nationalities here to do this in person. That would be crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that's probably not working. A room tour. No, you don't get a room tour. Not clean here.
No room tour. My room's not that big. It's not too much to see.
Yeah, it's like you just see the corner behind me, but
Yeah, I just have a few like I have a few racing like Lego things and then trophies on the thing, and that's about it.
the most
So
important stuff. Hello.
exactly, Legos and trophies. That's all I need, and that's all I have. So we're good.
Oh, you mean like Cedar that show the whole house and stuff like that? Yes, and getting ice cream during the chat with. So she took us with her phone, I think. through her whole
Oh, that's
house
funny.
and got ice cream and stuff. So it was fun.
Wow, that's like elite, like a VIP package.
Yeah, it was. Sometimes so weird stuff happens on those chat groups, as it's um a very what's the word in both
Like
languages?
unscripted,
Yes,
impromptu.
and
Yeah.
also very different from what you normally do as interviews and stuff. Sometimes it takes so weird turns, and you think, how the hell we ended up here talking about this?
Yeah.
But I think that's
Talking about scorpions and snakes and
yes. But I also think that's the charm of those format I made. So I think that's just the side of those racing drivers or journalists, or we had so many different motorsport connected people here that you normally not see, and I do think that's the cool stuff about it. So
yeah, it's just fun. It's fun to get to know, like, I guess the side of the person or the driver, whoever, you're interviewing, like, off track. Because it's like
yes,
on track too, sometimes with the interviews, like, you have to be serious and it can be hard to show your full personality through like those kind of more serious interviews.
yes,
So it's like, when you get to do things on the side, you can, share stories and things that people may not know.
absolutely. But I think also for those serious interviews, it's mostly a problem you can't publish them when they are too offset from the racing stuff and so. So I do think it's kind of cool to have a bit of a different approach to do them. Also, I mean, the real life will be on YouTube, so everyone can watch it a year later or whatever when they think, oh, this person seems interesting, and then they find out about stuff and so.
Yeah, and then they can look and they can see, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I think that's cool. I mean, you see this on, for example, Instagram also at teams, and so trying to do this a bit in those short format thingy. But I mean, this normally we have a 2 hour chat, and that's really getting
It's just like
it's
authentic.
yeah, and it's fun. I mean, I never had an interview where I ended the stream and was thinking, oh my god, that was so annoying. I had one, but that was more because her English was so bad that it was really
Oh
exhausting.
no, yeah.
But she wanted to do
That's
this,
hard.
so she asked me if
Yeah.
we can do this, and I said, yeah, of course we can do it. But it was really exhausting. But that was the only time I really closed the stream and was, oh god, that was exhausting. But I met
Yeah.
so many awesome people, so I'm very glad I always kick my anxiety in the ass and do this again.
Yeah, for sure.
So, Magu is coming now with the serious question. Do you think
Do
feel
you
yeah?
think you can read it? I was looking at it too.
Do you think feel like you get treated differently being a woman on the racetrack?
Um, in karting, definitely. It's gotten better in cars, but in karting it was tough because it's with a bunch of other like teenage boys, so they're not the easiest people to talk to. And it's like it's tricky when you go out there because obviously like I'm a bit shorter and you can clearly tell that. Like in the go-kart, in the car, you cannot tell, which is what I love. But in the go-kart, you can kind of tell when it's a guy and when it's a girl driving, and they will treat or they treated me differently. Like, they'll be more aggressive with you. Instead of working with you, they'll just pass you, they'll wreck you. So it was also because it's like we're young and it's kids, so of course the racing is going to be a bit more immature. So they're going to be a bit more prone to like do things like that. Um, Honestly, I think it gave me a tougher skin though. So it's like, kind of going through some things like that and not really being able to talk, you know, with people kind of at the go-kart track was just it kind of made me tougher, you know? 'Cause it's like all the teenage boys like they have their own clique and they have their own group and it's like, okay, well, I'll just go sit over here in the corner, with my go-kart and study, my data session. But honestly, in cars, it's it's been incredible. Like people are so respectful, and I feel like they know that like women are coming, like we're here, we're not leaving, and we can drive. Like we're good, and we've proven that time and time again. So in cars, it is a lot more respectful because it's a car too. Like I said in karting, how you can clearly see like who's bigger and who's smaller, and of course the smaller one's going to be easier to push around. Like in cars, you can't really push a car around, like because people they don't want to damage their car as well. So it's like if they move you, send you off track, they risk damaging their car as well. So there definitely is a little bit more respect kind of in car racing, and I feel like, I don't get treated that differently, and which is nice to see. It's nice to see, there's more respect and there's more kind of visibility coming through, for women trying to get into racing cars. So that's been good to see.
Absolutely. And I mean, it's not to hide. We have more and more females, luckily, starting driving already in karting, and so now the other series coming up. I mean, when I remember starting with races 2019, I not was that busy that we were today. So it's definitely getting more and more, and that's really really good to see. So I hope
Yeah,
this
it's
will
it's so
continue.
cool to see. And yeah, just and like I said too, being part of like an all-female team last weekend, I was like, this is the coolest thing I have ever done. And it's so cool to see really how many more are stepping up and proving, you know, time and time again that like we can compete and we can do this. Like it's so cool. Like I think Lena Bueller, she just, if that's how you say her name correctly, I might be mispronouncing that, but I mean she literally just won, this weekend at Le Mans, like in
Yeah,
one of the I need to look at what car she was racing, but I think you guys might have done an article on it already, but it's like, it's just so cool. Like, there's so many more talented women, like, coming into this sport. It's just been the coolest thing to see.
absolutely. And I mean, Lena had a lot of bad luck in her career. I mean,
Yeah.
following here since a lot of years, and she was she was in a lot of bad luck situations and nearly gave up racing. So I'm pretty happy she didn't. And I mean, winning in the Mans, I think, hopefully worth all the troubles she had in the past. But yeah, I'm not even know
Yeah.
if we already wrote something because my boss, my partner.
Yeah, that's cool. I have a few friends that are like racing there this weekend, and I'm like, they're in like the Mustang kind of cup that goes before, and I'm like, that is so cool.
Absolutely, I have the feeling
One day that'll be me.
everyone is there. So yeah, when you're racing there, I definitely need to come too. At
Yeah.
latest.
Another boom, we're making another, add it to the list.
Absolutely, but I mean, visiting the mall is definitely one of the list. I mean, I was twice to the Nürburgring 24-hour race. The Mall Spa would also be very cool. Also Daytona. Yeah, that would be cool. I
For
fully,
sure.
I fully support any woman taking the step into a male-dominated field. We needed that working in the building industry where it's 99% men. Yeah, there's so many fields. I mean, it's also in motorsport. It's just not just the drivers. It's also the engineer and mechanic. Also, as I started doing the stuff, I was mostly the only woman even in the media room. And that felt so off because why shouldn't there be more girls and women talking and writing about motorsport? That's so weird. And yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy. And I think having, now a female race engineer in Formula One is just like the coolest thing on the planet.
yes,
So it's going in the right direction for sure. And it is cool to see. Like it's changing, day by day. So
absolutely. And I also do think it's very important, especially for young girls, to see, hey, she can do it, so I can do it too. And I mean, of course, there were girls who just do it or did it because they wanted to do it, but I think also for many, many, many girls, it's very important to see that it's possible. So I do think that's
yeah,
also a very, very positive effect about having more and more girls everywhere. Um,
yeah,
in
for
right,
sure. And you're just like inspiring each other. Like it builds such a community,
yes,
and so you see each other doing it, and it inspires, the younger generations to do it as well. And it's a really cool, thing to be a part of.
absolutely, and also. I mean, it's a sad story, but I also had someone who said his daughter would never be in a kart because it's a boy's hobby. And that's just so stupid. And when you see how many girls are in karting and racing in general, that's not an argument anymore for those people.
Yeah, that's not even like, there's no such thing. Honestly, there's literally no such thing as like a boy's hobby and a girl's hobby.
Yeah,
Like you can't even define that. There's no definition in the dictionary saying this is what boys do, this is what girls do. Like, and if you can find that, I will give you $1,000,000
yep,
because you can.
right.
Like Just do what you're passionate about and, follow your dreams, and if your dreams include motorsports, dude, go for it, you know?
Absolutely. And I mean, even if maybe not works out or at the end it's not the thing for you, you at least tried it out. And I do think
Yeah,
that's also
exactly.
something. Well, why you just let girls and also boys, like ballet or something, them just try it when they want it. And maybe it is something for them or maybe not, but at least they tried.
Yeah, I
And
mean, you're never gonna know if you never try,
very true. I mean, I never wanted to try racing or something. Well, we saw
Then
how
here you
this.
are.
I also never wanted to stream, and I mean, we saw where it brought me, right? I mean, I'm doing this since 3 years
Yeah.
now. I met the most amazing persons on this stream thingy.
Yeah,
Blah.
exactly. It can just open so many doors, that you didn't even know
Abs-
existed.
Absolutely. I mean, I just started streaming. Fun story. I just started streaming because I wanted to practice my spoken English. I was very bad in it. So that's how I started streaming. And now I'm doing those streams. I mean, I stream normally
Yeah.
3 to 5 times a week in English, having a most international community. It's crazy for
Yeah, that's
something
that's awesome. That is so cool.
yes, and for something I never wanted to do. So because
Yeah, you're like, who would have thought? Who would have thought this is what it, came to?
yeah, because I thought I'm not good at it. But hey, no, just do
Like,
it.
and the thing is too, like, nobody's gonna be good when they just start. Like, that's why you have to start. And then, you're gonna get better and better, like, with time.
Very true. And also so many fears I had before, like I was always afraid to pronounce usernames wrong and stuff. It's just stupid. When they don't wanna or like the way you say their names, they will tell you normally.
Yeah,
So
and like you're gonna learn and then you'll remember it.
yes. I mean I had one who said, oh, I never heard a worse pronunciation of my name and just left, but there was an exception.
Oh my
So
goodness. But then they become stories, that you tell, and it's,
yes. And I mean, as I said, I met so many awesome people, I made friends with so many people. It's just sometimes you just need to try and you will see if it works for you or not, or if you like it or not. And I mean, if
yeah,
I
and then
would,
it'll like help you with like, any maybe fear or like anxiety that you might have. Like you're like, oh, I'm scared to do this, or oh, like if you just do it, it really, I feel like helps with confidence sometimes too. And like I can do things that maybe my brain tried to tell me I couldn't.
absolutely. I mean, I have severe anxiety, so you may not know this in this situation, but I have. And sometimes I just need to rethink, okay, but I did all of this already, so why I shouldn't be able to do the next one or the next stuff I want to do, but I'm too afraid to. But it's working.
Exactly. It's like I've done it before, I can do it again.
Right. Always before those chats, I'm always having an anxiety attack. But then I think, but you had, I don't know how many, 15 other
Yeah.
chats. They were awesome. Why? Just stop.
Yeah. Your brain just tries to like convince you of like, you're doing everything wrong when you're not doing anything wrong. You're doing the right thing. And it just like
Yes,
everything that you do and try just makes you, it kind of just like builds you and it makes you better.
absolutely. And I mean, when I'm not, when I noticing, okay, we're not vibing, then I just keep this up for an hour and then say, okay, now we stop because we're done, you know? I mean, that's
Yeah,
also,
it's like, it's you just have a plan and,
yeah,
see where it goes.
that's so true. But yes, sometimes we need to remember ourselves that that's the way it works. But we're gonna go through this. Absolutely. We need some strong woman to take the first step and more will follow. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I definitely think it will be better and better and better. I mean, it's not less hate, especially on social media, especially from men. Sometimes when I see comments on the racers post or any other female racers, I'm just thinking, wow, where the hell you did get so frustrated to rage about a person you don't even know? That's
Yeah,
oh
that is the big thing that frustrates me. It's like I love how many more women are coming into the sport, but it's like it's just be like we're coming into the sport now, we need to be treated equal. Like, it's like and people need to accept like we're going to make mistakes too. We're going to spin out. We are going to wreck. We're going to say things like we're all human. you let the guys do it, so you have to let us do it as well because we're learning and that's part of the journey, you know? Like you have to learn and you have to make stupid mistakes sometimes to learn. And it's
Yes.
like people just need to accept that everyone's going to do it, girl or guy, you know, and like there's literally no point like it doesn't get you anywhere, you know, being rude or hateful or saying those things like it's not going to get you anywhere, you know? It's so frustrating. It is very frustrating to see.
Absolutely. And I mean, of course, it says more about them than about you or the person who got the hate for, but it's still a lot because we have so many very, very young drivers. I'm working with a 15-year-old girl. And honestly, you can't write stuff like this to such a young girl or boy, doesn't matter in this case. But I have the feeling the girls are more affected by this or getting more of those comments and stuff. It's just terrible. I mean, mostly they are grown up men who have a maybe life, maybe not, I'm not sure.
But maybe not. They're just insecure, you know, that they can't.
Yeah,
It's like I always say it's like it's because their dream of racing cars failed. They go and they take it out on other people,
yes, they're
you know?
jealous.
So
They're
it's like,
jealous
yeah, that's all it is. Like,
and they're frustrated with their own life and stuff, and they just needs to probably hate someone to feel better themselves for this moment. And it's just so terrible because it's just adding up. I have no idea, but I saw a post today from someone, and I did the mistake and went through the comments again, and there were I think 7 hate comments and 2 comments that were okayish, and it's so terrible. I feel so bad
yeah,
for those, especially teenage girls, but
yeah. And it's like, you have to remember, like, it's young too. Like, most of the time, like, the racers that are starting out too and stuff, like, we're still young and we're still learning. And it's like, yeah, nobody has boundaries anymore on what they say online. And
yeah,
it's, you know,
and that's the
they
thing.
people really need to keep themselves in check with what they say to others online and realize like, you know, it's a screen, but someone is on the other side of the screen reading your things and reading what you're saying, you know? So it's like if you wouldn't like it being said to you, you know, whether it's on the screen or in person, like stop saying it to other people, you know?
Yes. Especially they would never do this in real life, and that's also the
Exactly,
shame thing
exactly.
about. They would never go to someone somewhere and saying, "Hey, you're so bad. You did this and this," or "My mother can drive better than you." Sorry, that was an
Exactly.
we
Like
had
you
this
would
in an
never
iRacing
say it
race.
online. Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't hide behind a screen and say it, you know.
Yes. Behind a fake profile picture or not even having
Yeah.
a profile picture and just
Yeah, no, it's always the ones without the profile pictures that are commenting like the nastiest things and it's like, "Okay, let's see you. Let's see you get in the
Mhm.
car. Let's see you do what we do. Then you can talk," you know.
Yes, people are jerks. They're definitely. So but honestly, I also know at least one driver girl who just quit because she couldn't handle it. And that's such a shame because I do think that shouldn't be a reason to quit the thing you maybe love the most. I mean, ah, sorry, but
Yeah,
that
nobody should yeah, no, I agree. Like nobody should be able to have that power over you. And like, you know, it's your dream and it's something you love so much. Nobody should ever be able to like stand in between that. And
that's
it's like social media has just gotten so crazy these days with what people think that they can do. And it's
yes,
like you really have to realize like, you know, you can't say those things, you know?
absolutely. And yeah, I mean, it also doesn't matter who get those hate comments. I mean, when we go to F1, for example, I mean, and Stroll is probably also one of the most hated guys out there. Just do this
Yeah.
to no one. Just, yeah.
Yeah. It's
I-
like he's not being mean, you know, he didn't say anything to you. He didn't, you know, he's not wrecking the whole field. He's not, you know, and at the end of the day,
yeah.
he's an F1 and you're not, you know? So it's like,
Yeah, I
you know,
think that's mostly the problem. People who are really thinking they deserve it maybe more, or just
yeah,
being jealous because you have something they maybe wanted, or they just feel they nothing because you achieved something, or I don't know, and just really to feel better because they hate on other people. Sometimes it's also when I go through, I don't know, YouTube videos also, and people just commenting, "Oh, I hate this thing, whatever," and I'm thinking, so yeah, but then just watch something else. What's the problem? Why you need to tell the people who love maybe this game or book or movie or whatever, why you need to tell them that you hate it? Just let them love what they love. I mean, what's so
Yeah, for
difficult
sure.
on it?
Like, there's no point in bringing other people down. It doesn't get you any further in life, to
Yeah.
say these things to others. So it's like, just don't do it.
And I also think it's when you share through other people's and supporting them, it brings yourself also so more in life. So just
Yeah,
being
and it's like
supportive.
so uplifting to actually see the support. It's uplifting and it makes other people, uplifted and I feel like inspired as well to like continue to support.
Yeah,
So it's like, you know, gotta keep the good vibes going.
absolutely. Be nice and be supportive. And I mean, even when maybe someone is a bit more successful than you, still be nice, honestly. I mean, your
Yeah,
time still can come. It's not that just because someone maybe won this one race, it doesn't mean you will never win a race. So
exactly. It's like kindness is free and you like just support people. It's not that hard. It's not hard to be nice. It really isn't. Like, it's
yeah.
not like you're going out of your way to like buy them stuff or like there's no requirement. Like, it's not hard to just not be a jerk.
Yes. And yeah, I mostly don't understand people, honestly. I don't know. Maybe maybe I'm just like you.
Yeah, people
But
are weird, and I've given up trying to understand people, honestly, at this point.
yeah, I'm too emphatic for this, so I just I can't be mean.
Yeah.
No, but
No, I think like having the power to like ignore it and being able to like shut it out and clearly like establish right from wrong is also kind of essential in this sport and just like being able to like let things go like in one ear and out the other, and not holding on to it and realizing that like, okay, these comments that this person says is so insignificant and it doesn't change me, like
yep.
their rude comments or whatever, it doesn't diminish what I've done. It doesn't change me as a person, it doesn't change me as a racer. So you just have to like, not pay any attention to it and focus like at the end of the day too, you're racing cars and they're commenting behind a screen, probably sitting on their couch doing nothing.
Yes.
So,
Very, very true.
who's the real one that's winning here?
Absolutely, and they just normally do nothing about know nothing about you. So how they can even judge? They don't know what you did, what you feel,
Yeah,
what you worked for, whatsoever. So just stop hating. Just be supportive. That's so much more fun.
yeah, yeah.
People are weird and shouldn't be allowed on the internet. I mean, we are on the internet, so don't please say that we're not allowed to be here.
It's just certain people, yeah, can be strange. It's more good, which is good. It's more good than bad, obviously, like lots of things in the world, but we're always
Yes,
gonna have that,
but those
one person that makes things,
right,
weird or like, so it's just learning how to navigate and kind of ignore that, the
yeah,
best you can.
absolutely. Um, say something. Slow, you distracted me. Hi, slow, by the way. Um, what wanted to say? Damn it, damn it. Oh, maybe I get back to it. It's super crashing stuff. Oh, I had my 2 seconds of fame. Well, hi, slow. I wanted to say something, but I really forgot about it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Maybe I come later to it, or I just shoot you a message. 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah,
This,
you'll like think of it later, but okay, this is what I was gonna
this I
say.
wanted. Yeah, right.
Got it.
It doesn't matter anymore, but I want you to know.
Like, this is what I was gonna say.
Who do you look up to in racing?
Ooh, definitely. Okay, I'd say one of my biggest role models right now is Oscar Piastri. I really like the way, like his demeanor and like how he drives, how he's always so calm.
Oh yeah, I
Like it
love this
really
too.
just inspires me. Like, don't let anything get to you, and because I feel like some drivers like nowadays, it's like a thing to be like a hot shot and to be like aggressive and angry on track. So it's just like a nice break to see someone, that, yeah, exactly. He's so level headed that like I look up to, and it's like I aspire to drive like that and to be like that and just to be very calm and cool. Because I drive my best when I'm relaxed and I'm like, in a good headspace in the car. So I really look up to him and like his whole, you know, mindset. Um, and also Michelle Mouton, these icons in the sport like Layla Lombardi, just incredible like female trailblazers. But
Absolutely.
Oscar is definitely one of the biggest ones that I look up to and that I aspire to kind of just have a similar driving style to.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was skeptical about Oscar first of all as he joined, but he was very quick in convincing me that he is pretty cool, and I love this very calm way, not screaming at
Yeah,
all.
it's just like different, I feel like. Like I
Yeah,
feel like, lots of the time Formula One, it's obviously everyone's so intense, which is of course understandable, and it's the heat of the moment and you're just always seeing like aggressive driver after another. So it's like he kind of came in and it's like it's nice to just see such a change and a change that works. Like he's clearly doing something right. And he's clearly like using this calmness to like just do his own thing, drive his own race, not letting anyone else, fluster him. And he doesn't really get flustered. And it's like I feel like that really is like champion mentality, just to
Abs-
not allow yourself to be flustered by all the little things like going on around you.
absolutely, and I think that's his big advantage over Lando in the championship fight, because Lando is getting too much involved in everything and pushing himself a bit too hard, and Oscar is just, I just go for it. And
Yeah, he's like, I just don't think
yeah,
about it and just, do my thing. And it's like, but I can understand Lando a bit too, because it's like, it's so, especially as an athlete, it's so easy to like be so quick to be so hard on yourself.
yeah,
You know, it's like you're always going to be, at least for me too, I'm kind of the same way. Like, you're always so quick to blame yourself and to blame, like, oh, I've done this all wrong. I'm doing this all wrong. I shouldn't be here. Like, it's so easy to do that as an athlete where it's like everything you do is based on your performance. So it's very easy to get caught up in that. But it's like part of becoming a champion is realizing like, hey, my mistakes do not make me, and it's like I can be better than that. And it's like learning how to just overcome that is powerful. And learning how to do that is gonna, get you places.
absolutely. I mean, there's also a reason why more and more drivers starting to work with a mental coach and stuff. So I do think that also will be a bigger part in the future, because drivers are more open to do it and to try it. Because I have the feeling, let's say 5 6 years ago, it was still something weird to say I have a mental coach to work with in especially motorsport and stuff. But I do think it is more and more common these days than it was a
Yeah.
couple of
I
years ago.
mean, honestly, the mental game is like 50% of it. Like, you could be the fastest driver on track, but if your head is not in the game, you're not gonna be able to perform and you're gonna just drop like a stone. Like you have to be confident in yourself and what you can do. And it's like you got this far for a reason. It's so just having that little extra bit of mental support goes such a long ways.
Absolutely, absolutely. I still have my tab study for. I never did it. We'll see. So, and hi Naldo, by the way. Welcome in. Ah, it's the
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what time it is there because it's 12:30 for me almost here, PM.
For me it's 9:30.
9:30. Okay, so it's
Have we talked about music yet? What are your top three
ooh,
bands? Also, do you have a race weekend hype playlist?
ooh, I love that. Okay, my top three bands. Coldplay. Oh my gosh, Coldplay is like probably one of my favorite bands. I listen to so many of their songs. Um, I also like another band called Cannons. They're kind of like an electric, pop ish band. And then Arctic Monkeys. I'd say those are my top three. I love Arctic Monkeys as well. Um, and then race weekend hype playlist. Honestly, just my normal playlist. Like my normal playlist has a lot of good songs on it. So it's like it's whatever song it'll get me in the mood, and my playlist has a lot of like different songs on it. So I just go with that and I vibe with that because I like all the songs like that I have on my playlist. So any music will kind of like get me in the mood.
I just need.
Gorillas, I like Gorillas too. I know Gorillas. Gorillas, they're good. They're not in the top three for me, but I do like some of their songs.
The good thing. Yeah, I'm not was the biggest fan of the group. I haven't heard for now. So, now that I'm fine, by the way. It's just too warm. And this festival, whatever it is, down the street is kind of annoying me because I even hear this through the closed windows.
Just like the pounding music, you're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh.
That's terrible. They started yesterday until I think 2 a.m. in the night. Today it's also I think until 2 a.m. in the night, and tomorrow it's until 7 p.m. I'm so
Oh my
happy
goodness.
when this is done.
Oh wow, that's tiring. That's so draining just to constantly be like hearing
Yes,
that. You're like, turn it down, please.
absolutely. And I mean, this is organized by the however you call it. We are a little town or little city, and from the guys who run the city thingy, uh, they organize this, so you can't even say something about like to the city that long or too loud or whatever because they organize it. So they would just do nothing.
That's so frustrating.
Yes. I also hope we had yesterday fireworks. I hope they skip this today. I don't. I hope because my one cat is really really.
Oh, yeah, I can
I mean,
imagine.
you see him sleeping there in the background. So,
Yeah.
but he is the most scared cat of those loud noise fireworks. So
Yeah, it's like there goes the sleep that I was gonna get these past few nights.
yeah, New Year's Eve is the worst day in the year. Terrible. He's the most perfect cat ever. Magoo would steal him and could. That's alright, Magoo. It can be pretty annoying. The cat, not you. Are you playing games?
Racing games.
Or
Honestly,
video
okay.
games?
I dabble in Minecraft, but honestly, I play iRacing a lot. Like, I don't know if you know these games, but like they're the Forza like motorsports ones. Like I loved Forza as a kid. So like sometimes I'll still play like Forza Motorsport or like Forza Horizon. So games mainly just racing games, honestly. But
I mean, games are games, right? I also
yeah,
call
exactly.
I also call iRacing a game. So,
Yeah, iRacing, Assetto Corsa, all the fun stuff.
oh yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah, I play way more, but also because of this games are nice and great.
They are fun.
Absolutely. I mean, we also you can race in Minecraft too, build a racetrack there.
Exactly. Racing in any game is honestly endless.
Let's go. Interested in a 6 hours webkin soon. You really try to get someone into the 6 hour Watkins race, huh? I also think it's a race weekend for you.
If it's not, honestly, I'm down with any iRacing thing.
Well, then you maybe need 1 hour server and my team.
6 hours of Watkins, here we come.
He means the serious though.
Serious.
Be careful with
Yeah, I just need the invite on iRacing.
that you need to drive with my. That's awesome. Just asking. I mean, on my Discord server, if you want to join the server at one point, there we have a private team channel Asian stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
But you would finally, when you would join, I finally.
Yes. No, now I want. I really want to.
Because I'm the only one. But it would be so
No,
nice to have
we
someone.
can make it too.
Absolutely. Also, I mean, you would be perfect also for the endurance races because the night shift would be your day. So
Oh yeah, yeah. It's just like yeah, it's literally like noon for me, and yeah, you could sleep, and I.
that will be. So we need to talk this later on. So Patty, you just
Yeah,
got
details
another
need to
one.
be ironed out.
So yeah, I'm the no MJ is on the team. I forgot MJ. But MJ is rarely racing with us, so oops. No one tell her this. But I think MJ did one race, so she needs to play Lethal Company with us. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, Selena Company, that I've not played that game yet. My brother has it on his PC, but that looks fun.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you can also join us. This we do a lot of things. One more for the night shift. Yeah, you two are from America, so you two with Slow can doing the night. I mean, that's 3 drivers. That's perfect. MJ is unsure. Ah, MJ is busy racing Mazda, but MJ isn't racing. She did just the first Mazda, the UK version of the Mazda. Yeah, that's what I said.
That's cool.
She was just doing the first round. You do a lot of things like dying. Dying is a thing, but just in games. But
Dying. I think I'd be pretty good with that.
me
I'm
too.
not the best at like games like that, so I could meet those standards of dying for sure.
Yeah, be not so sure about. We also be very good in dying.
Yeah. I'm good at it too, so
But we always have fun, and it's also with iRacing. I mean, we're not the best team, but we're just having fun and vibing to it, like enduring our being
exactly.
being happy.
You can never predict what's really gonna happen in iRacing, so sometimes you just gotta go with the flow.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's just about the fun and having a good time together. Also, I mean, when we don't have pit parties, when should I eat my snacks, right? So
Yeah, exactly.
the fun story is I did one Ringmeister race, so that's the Nordschleife Industriefahrten thingy, and this race is nearly 30 minutes. And I got crashed on the first lap, and I had an hour repair time, and I was so
Oh no, you're like, well, guess I've been promoted to spectator.
yes. I was staying the whole race, but then I was okay. The race is over. I still have 35 minutes of repairs. I just quit.
Yeah, you're like, well, how does the logic is not uh working out?
Oh, definitely. We did have a lot of fun of doing and Nords 24. Not the best, but a team with a fly race dream. Yes. So my team is called Flying Cones Racing. So
I like it.
then we have different colors. So we have mint, purple, and black at the moment, depending on how many we need.
Ooh, I like that.
I just send you an invite server if you want to, because it's a community server. And then I can give you the team role, and then you can also see the team channel.
Perfect.
But you also needs to drive a lot of the Porsches then.
Yeah, okay, I'm fine with that. I am completely fine with that.
I just love the Porsche. Breakfast,
I will
yes.
take the Porsches. Oh my gosh, breakfast. That is would be dangerous. That would be funny.
We do community streams of breakfast actually. They're so much fun. Oh, so hilarious.
I used to do Wreckfest with my karting friends, and oh my gosh,
Great game.
it's a chaos fest.
I hope they. I mean, I haven't played Breakfast 2 for a while now. I hope they got along with it, but it's still early access. Let's wait.
That would be funny.
So many plans. You see, we have so many plans now. I love it.
The list is getting longer as we speak.
Absolutely. I love lists. I mean, I love planning. I love lists, so I'm fine with this. It's the most fun part for me on endurance racing is doing the planning and the time
Yeah,
schedules.
you get to like get all the logistics like figured out.
I just love it. It's the best part. Not driving, the planning. That's so good. Okay, guys, more questions. We come close to the 2 hour. Thing. We're not going to the record.
The 4 hour record, maybe not today.
No, but I mean, when you're joining the team and the server and stuff, you're maybe being even more often on the stream, so not the last time then.
Then we could maybe it's not out of question to break the record, but
Absolutely. And Dead by Daylight is a racing game. I mean, when you get hunted, it's not totally wrong, but
interesting.
roller coasters, yes or no?
Oh, I'm gonna go with yes. Like, I don't hate them, So I'm gonna say yeah, but only once. Like, I'm not gonna go on a roller coaster like again and again and again and again. But yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it once. That slight like adrenaline junkie in me. So I don't mind them. I will go on roller coasters.
I wait down and take care of the back.
Yeah, you're like I'll watch from down here.
Yeah, I'm not so with roller coasters, but I just wait down and take care of all the stuff. You're
But
like,
yeah, you will not catch me going on a roller coaster like multiple times. I won't be like, oh, that was so much fun. I'm gonna do it again. Like I'll just do it once and be good.
yeah, it's enough. Like,
Yeah.
Fiona and I once planned who's doing quali and race that during quali. But when you're already wearing quali, how it's the worst. What gives you the most fun in races, and do you sometimes hear a music in your head in special moments?
Ooh. During special, I don't necessarily play music in my head, but honestly, racing. I think just performing, and like when you finally have a good race, that is just so rewarding and it's so much fun. Like, when you're with your team and you've all been working so hard and you finally have like that good performance that you've been just searching for, that's obviously super fun and uplifting. And then honestly, just like the camaraderie that comes along with a race weekend. Like sometimes the stuff that happens like off track is like funnier than like what goes on like on track. So it's like whether it's like going out to dinner or like having moments, off track, it's just like the camaraderie that you kind of build like with the team is also super fun. So it's like even if you do have a bad weekend, like you're surrounded with really good people that like make the experience, just so incredible.
Yeah. I can give you maybe an idea for special moments because always when there is the white flag in iRacing, we are gonna start. It's the fun.
Oh my gosh, it's the final countdown. Normally I'm too like stressed if it's like the white flag. I'm like, oh, I gotta get there. I gotta finish this off strong. But maybe now maybe I will think of the final countdown. But
It's so
sometimes I have too much going on. I'm like,
yeah,
I just want to make it to the checker.
absolutely. It's so stuck in my head always when I see the white flag. It's so sadness.
Yeah, I mean it's true. Maybe I will think of that now. Actually.
Especially when you do races with us and you hear this each time you see a white flag. Maybe it's just
Well, yeah,
one
especially
stuck,
during iRacing. During iRacing, I will for
just,
sure
just stuck in
think
my
of the
head.
final countdown. But real life racing is a bit more stressful,
Absolutely.
especially the last lap because in the MX5 Cup, people try to kill you,
Yeah.
in the last lap. So you
Yeah,
you
especially
can't be
there.
thinking about anything else other than like finishing.
And you want to finish. So, I mean, that's the first goal, right? So,
Yeah.
and then what's insane? Am I insane for always hearing music in my head? I mean, I am, but how much? You're absolutely insane now.
I I sometimes I'll have songs like stuck in my head like sometimes for race weekends, but like when I'm on track, like the only thing obviously I'm thinking of is like driving and doing what I need to do. But no, I get songs stuck in my head like so much, and you're just like, why am I singing this? But you
Yes.
are.
And the thing for me is, I normally know one line of the song, so I just repeat this
Yeah, and
one
this is just
line
the
over.
one that's playing
Yeah,
over and over and over.
that's me.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Good, it's not just me, but yeah, that's absolutely me. I just have
No,
this one line.
that is me too.
Good to know. I'm just not the only one. That's crazy.
We're not going insane yet.
You're already insane. No. Like an internet browser. I have 17 tabs open, 3 of them are frozen, and I have no idea where the music is coming from. Oh yeah, I also know
I
this.
love that analogy.
It's more than 17 tabs though. Ah, it's lovely. I mean, we had enough trouble with technical stuff today, so
Yeah,
just
we don't
leave, just leave
we
the.
don't need any more tabs open. I mean, come on.
And I promise you, when we end stream and would try this again, it would work now. I promise you, it would work now.
Yeah. It probably would.
Hmm. If you could drive any race car from any era, what would it be?
Ooh, honestly, wait, that's hard. Let me think about that. Okay, I it's hard to decide on one. So, any like when they had the V8s in Formula One, like in the early 2000s, I feel like those cars would be they seem like they'd be really hard to drive, but they'd be super cool. And also, like, this is really blast to the past, but like a Ford GT, like one of the original Ford GTs that used to race at Le Mans. I'm such a big Ford versus Ferrari fan, so it's like driving one of those cars would be, yeah, like a GT40, yeah, for sure. That would be so cool as well.
I do not know
Just like
anyone
the history.
who we could
I
put
don't
you.
watch Ford versus Ferrari if you haven't seen it yet, and it's like every single car from that movie. I'm like, I want to try it.
I saw this movie, I think, twice in the cinema and then several times at home, so
Yeah,
it's such a
yeah,
good movie, honestly. I love
that's
it.
one of my favorites for
Yes.
sure. So I'm like,
I'm
I
not
love that era. Literally any car from there. I'm like, put me in it. Put me in, coach.
Also, I'm not the biggest fan of watching movies several times, but this I could. Oh, so good.
Yeah, yeah. I will always watch like any motorsports things like over and over.
Yes, Fisher, but first I need to see if I can play this, that you see this on Discord. Because it's Blu-ray. But maybe I could do it with a PlayStation. Maybe I could play this over the PlayStation, that we can do it on for this movie.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna need to see if I can do this. Because I can stream over my PlayStation via the card thingy. So it should be able to do this on Discord too.
That would be
Maybe.
cool.
I would try. I need to try. I need to do so much stuff. I need to connect the Stream Deck and the PS2 and this. I need to do so much stuff.
The endless list that never disappears, it just gets longer.
Yes. And at the end, you don't have time and don't have money.
Yeah, exactly.
One day. One day I also get my sim rig. A real one, not just the boot. Get quit of the poop counts unite. Oh my god. That sounds so wrong when someone not knowing what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, we once were a cult and everyone pooped in it.
So that's just the name stuck, I guess.
Yes, the poop topic especially. So yeah, the poop will rise again. I will never lose this again. So it made
Sometimes, yeah, things just stick with you.
absolutely. But the thing is, when someone is new for something and they don't know what they talk about, it is a bit weird talking
You
about
sound a bit, yeah, like probably sound crazy.
yeah, talking about all the poops and colds and this dancing poop emote and I
Like, what did I get into?
don't know. Yeah, just a
Oh
pretty
man.
normal silly community.
most average stream conversation.
Absolutely. I mean, at least we're not playing this game again and someone is pooping, so this sounds
That's true.
it sounds so wrong. Yeah, we play Code of the Lamb, I'm not sure you know this game. Everyone pooped. And you can make your Twitch chat can join the code. Then you have your Twitch chat as your code members. And they just poop everywhere in this code. So that's how it started.
That sounds like a funny story, though.
Absolutely. They also were able to do a big. Okay, we should maybe say
And that's enough. Oh my gosh, I love it.
It was a fun game though. I really had a lot of fun with this.
You know, I'm intrigued. Like, sounds interesting.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they're talking about Cult of the Lamb 2, so maybe we get Poop of the Lamb 2 now though. Never say never.
Oh man.
We are normal people, this is just an inside bit. Normal. Definitely normal.
Okay, define normal. I don't think many people are normal, quote
Yeah.
unquote.
Yeah. I'm definitely not normal. I'm weird and crazy and loving too
And
much
that's
stuff.
fun.
So yeah, we're not normal, we can't. Right. Because normal would be very boring, wouldn't it? There's just
Yeah,
someone who is
normal's not fun.
yeah, someone who is stuck in just like an ordinary life, waking up, going to work, going home, repeat. I don't
Yeah,
know.
there's no fun in that. There's no excitement or like
No,
differences.
I don't like this. I want to have fun, talking about weird stuff with nice people, and I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. And just being yourself, you know.
Yeah, streaming for 25 hours because we have a 24-hour race. So that's what I love. That's the fun about it. So I don't want to
Exactly.
be normal. We have to be crazy to do the Nords. Yeah, especially because it was your first endurance race. That was. I mean, at least you did not the mistake I did last year because it was also my first endurance race and I did it in a.
Oh wow.
Never do this again. This car killed me. It is the
Oh my
first.
goodness. I can only imagine.
It was the first and only iRacing race I ever cried. So
Oh no.
people were so mean to me. Oh, fun.
Finish this. I want to be done.
24 knots in the GDP. I'm still for we do these 24 hours of knots in a rallycross car.
Whoa. That would be different.
We have a league in this community. We're doing rallycross cars on normal tracks in iRacing. And we did the last race was at Summit Point.
That sounds actually really fun. That was pretty entertaining.
What is the next, guys? What the next one is? Oh, Daytona.
Oh boy.
But the thing is, for you, it's probably Sunday morning. I'm not sure how accessible this is for you, but if you want to join, everyone's
Prob-
welcome.
It's tricky with summer training and everything, but
Absolutely, but we do
I
this. We do this each month.
I will join if I can, honestly.
We
I'm
do
intrigued. I want to drive a rally car on a normal track.
we do this each month, so there is probably in 12 races at least one you can join.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
we have, I mean, date for July. It's normally the last Sunday in the month, but yeah. Coming up is Daytona, Red Bull Ring, Watkins Glen, Belle Isle, Indianapolis, Sanford, and Bathurst.
That's a good lineup.
Right? Fun. I love this. We're not, most of us are not pretty good in it, but it's so fun doing this cars on the normal tracks. It's fun.
It sounds really fun.
Like 11M Pacific AM for me. Yeah, something. But you're always there, Phil. So sorry. But yeah, that's. Oh, I remember what I wanted to ask earlier. Not the thing
Oh yes.
as I said what I wanted to say, but I remember I wanted to ask something even before this. because we talked about over racing and the Mazda 5 Cup racing. How excited is it to have Martinsville, the Martinsville Oval last year in the Mazda 5
Yeah,
calendar? What do you think
that was
about
so
it?
cool. I love it. So, I wasn't in the MX5 Cup at that time. My first race, was just this
Yeah.
year. But oh my gosh, that was so cool. Like if I don't know if they're gonna do it again, but if they do it again, I am for sure there. Like I can't even imagine like circle track in the MX5 Cup. It was so cool, and I'm happy. Like I'm happy that they were able to like actually put it together and like put it on, and you had like even some NASCAR drivers like looking and
Yes.
watching and like testing the cars. So it's a really cool thing that they put on. So I hope that they can do it again because I would love to be a part of that.
Absolutely. I also think it was a wise move to do it in non-championship race because
For sure, just for like fun, like
yes,
winner gets all. I like that format as well.
and it's absolutely a crazy thing. We did week 13 races yesterday, and we did the Mazda. I did the Mazda. Tom, what did you do? You had the clear, right? We did the Indy Oval as race
Oh,
at the
oh my
Mazda
gosh.
Cup. It was so fun. It was so fun. What a second
Oh
place, I think.
wow.
But that was, I mean, it was really long because it felt so slow, but it was fun still. It was also a bit of a wreckfest, but
Yeah, but no, it looks so much fun. I would absolutely love to do that race.
yeah, I as they announced it, I was so okay. Over racing Mazda Cup, that can be tricky or at least a bit of carnage, but they did really well. So
Yeah, hopefully they have it again this year. I really hope they do because it
I
was a
have,
huge success. So it's like I don't see why they wouldn't have it again.
yeah. Also, I think there were a lot of attraction to this race. So many people watched it and excited for it. So definitely go for it.
Yeah, for sure. Like even when I was at Barber like a month ago for the MX5 Cup, we were racing like alongside IndyCar and Indy Next, and I got the chance to talk with Haley Deegan, who's one of a bigger racer, and she one of the like I mentioned that I'm in the MX5 Cup, and one of the first things she started talking about was like Martinsville. She's like, "Oh, did you do Martinsville and stuff?" And I'm like, "Oh no, I didn't do Martinsville, but I want to do it." And she's like, we talked about just how crazy and how cool it is. So we're like, yeah, we got to get NASCAR drivers like doing this if we go again.
Yes, definitely. You need to. I really hope also they do this again, or maybe even get this in as one over race in the calendar. I mean, I would not like to see a lot of over races in the calendar, but one, why not?
Yeah, one
Maybe,
would be fun. Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
that would be nice. Also, Niall was asking if you would also love to fly a plane one.
I actually have flown a plane before, but it's just like a small one, like a small Cessna. But I
Oh,
don't.
haunting.
I would never do like stunt flying or like I don't know. I prefer the ground. Like that's definitely more up like my sister's alley because she's a pilot, obviously. So I prefer the ground for sure. But you know, I mean, I don't know. I still really like planes, but I don't think I would ever like do like stunt things with them. That's a bit too sketchy for me. I like the ground, but
Racing is still bad.
yeah. And it's like my family history is in flying, so it's like I have such a deep appreciation for it. But I'm like, okay, my sister, you can conquer the air, I'll conquer the ground, and we'll leave it at that.
It's good shared, you know. It's good shared.
Exactly, we'll split it.
Why now though? Okay, we have one a joke from the joke book. I hope you're prepared for very very bad jokes. So Naldo redeemed a
Oh,
joke from the joke book, and those jokes are very very bad. So I hope you're ready.
I'm so ready.
When the power went out at the school, the children were delighted.
Oh, wait, I was like, wait, is there any more? And then,
No, that's the
yeah,
whole joke.
that's honestly, that's life changing. That's
I once heard a joke about amnesia, but I forgot how it goes.
Okay, that one's the delighted one was a bit better.
They're not getting better, that's the problem.
Oh no.
I think Ericsson hit us.
Yeah, Ericsson hit us, definitely. So, I'm pretty sure you don't hear the sound alerts, but someone just played the sound alert about I think Ericsson. Yeah, that's the good book. So oh wait, I don't. So that's the good book. When you have really really bad jokes, that one is it.
Gotcha. You know, honestly, I don't know who can hate dad jokes and just like bad jokes like that. But,
This is the book they
you know,
have used in the Last of Us.
that's funny.
But they, oh yeah, it's really bad. Some great jokes. Yes, some are really really bad.
Some are bad, others are just like clever. You're like, okay.
Yeah, but we also there's a lot of difference. Sometimes you think, okay, yeah, that joke was pretty good, and sometimes you're just thinking, so maybe not.
Yeah, you're like, that is stupid.
Yeah, but I mean that's also I think the intention of those jokes. So I'm not even minding those bad. Oh yeah, new breakfast DLC, Weenie Mobiles at Indie. Yeah. I also take this deal.
Oh my
I
gosh, the
also would.
Weenie 500.
I,
Let's do it.
I also would take this in iRacing. Hello, give it to me. I would buy this.
Yeah, I saw that. I was seeing people like make jokes of that on Twitter. They're like, iRacing, iRacing,
Yes,
get us the Weenie mobiles. I'm like, yes, please.
absolutely. Also, as iRacing just shared, can you please stop tagging us on this? That was the most.
Yes.
I
Oh my gosh,
love
I hope
this.
they do. They have to.
Yes, that
They
would be
have
so
to
fun.
make the Weenie mobiles.
Everyone would buy this. Honestly, they would the easiest money making thing for iRacing ever. Just
Yeah,
getting this card in.
that would be that would be an incredible day for the iRacing community. That would be
Absolutely, give it to me.
truly historic.
I would buy it. I just bought 3 tracks on the car, but still. We all need the toilet car. I mean, we have the toilet car in Wreckfest. It's a honeypot thing.
The Weenie mobile is the next best thing.
Absolutely, we need both, okay? Because you need
Yeah.
to eat the weenie before you
Yeah,
go to the
the
toilet.
more the merrier.
Yes, honeypot. Yeah, we just do everything. We do the honeypot race and the sofa car race and the weenie mobiles race. So we have a lot to race.
You got a good lineup.
Yeah, that's perfect. Hello. I really want iRacing. I hope they get us this car.
I do too. That would be the best.
Absolutely. Let's go. Okay, guys, more questions because otherwise we slowly make the turn end. But I'm pretty sure we see us again on the stream together, so don't be sad.
Yes, for sure. We will be back. Maybe iRacing in Weenie mobiles.
Yes, or Porsche.
You never know. Or Porsches. Porsches or Weenie mobiles. That's what you'll catch us in.
Oh, we need to make a livery for this that looks like a weenie.
Oh my goodness. A Weenie mobile
Oh,
Porsche.
Tom. Did you saw the delivery I sent you for the Ferrari for the new one? You need to race this. It's a pizza car. It just looks like a slice of pizza. It's amazing.
That sounds incredible.
I love this, but I can't race it.
You have like food flavored liveries like across the whole grid. Like someone could be a burger, someone could be the Weenie mobile pizza.
Is there a car from a movie series you would love to drive?
I think that goes back to what I said earlier, like the Ford GT40 from Ford versus Ferrari. That would be super cool. Those are like my favorite cars too. So.
I knew you would love it, Tom. Wait, for the rest of the chat, there is the link. There you can see this picture.
Oh wait, yeah, I gotta see that too.
I also sent you the link in our chat here, so you should see it out on your.
Oh, I love that. I'm looking at it right now. That is, I love the front. Huh? That's like so Italian. The Italians
Yeah.
must be proud.
Absolutely. Oh, I need to send this to Dan and seeing what he's saying about it. He's Italian. Tom can race a Ferrari, would wreck himself. Yeah, but he needs to because
Herbie.
the Ferrari
Oh
challenge just
man,
have Ferraris, so
not Herbie. I would race Herbie. Actually, one of the funny things, I got a comment on one of my TikToks saying that I looked like the girl, I forget her name, the girl from Herbie.
yeah,
It's
look,
Lindsay Lohan plays
yeah.
the girl, but what's the girl's name?
Uh,
From
I don't know.
the car, the Herbie, and the it's a movie of like a magic
It's
car.
it's too long
And
ago.
she has and she has red hair too, and I was like, and they're like, you look like this person, and I'm like, huh, that's funny, but I don't think I would ever race Herbie.
Sometimes you just think, okay, I maybe look like this person, but it's not. It's just the hair.
Yeah, it's literally just the red hair, and that's about it.
But yeah, Ruby. It's too long ago that I saw this movie. I mean, when came it out? 2000 something. It's a while.
Yeah.
But now I kind of want to watch this again. Oh my god, I'm so easy to influence sometimes.
Another movie to add to the movie night.
So many movie nights. We also need to plan the overtake anime night. It's a series or the anime.
Oh yeah, I have watched that actually. I watched that like a little bit ago. It's pretty good.
I watched the first episode so far, and then I had this as sub goal. So fine, I watched this on Discord, but I haven't planned anything. So maybe I should. Are there mods for iRacing? No, they're not mods for iRacing. Not like I understand what you probably mean with mods. How this question comes to your mind now, that's more interesting. When you mean the link I send, it's just delivery. Okay, one more. If you weren't racing, what do you see yourself doing for a career?
Ooh, I would still for sure be in motorsports. I would definitely be like an engineer of some sorts. I just love like I have all my books besides me right now, like all my engineering books, like right on my desk. I love studying the cars because I feel like as a driver, it really helps you when you know exactly what's going on, you know, within the car. It helps you set it up so much better. So I feel like if I wasn't driving, I would for sure want to be like a trackside, performance engineer, or just like, you know, any sort of thing like that. I like studying and I'm passionate about that as well. So that's what I'd
Absolutely.
probably do.
And I mean, I think that's a very important thing. I mean, the more you understand of your own car and how it behaves or what you change and everything, I do think it makes you a better driver. So
For sure. It definitely helps you, and you understand what you need so much more too, and like what the car needs. And yeah, you learn the mechanical aspects of the car, what's going on inside the engine. So it's like when your engineers are telling you stuff, it's not just like going in one ear and out the other. You're actually processing what they're saying, and you know the exact part in the engine that they're talking about, or the toe in and toe out and the camber on the car, and kind of just what to do to make things better for you. So it really helps, and it kind of gives you like a level up. If people aren't studying that, it's like it definitely gives you a bit of a level up on the rest of the competition, I would say.
absolutely. Also coming in and just telling you engineers, it could be maybe when we change this and this could maybe change it like in the way I want to drive the car or whatsoever. So I definitely think it's easier to talk with your team and also
Yeah, like
knowing,
being able to give that like precise feedback is,
yeah, knowing what you want.
exactly what engineers need.
Yes, also knowing what you want. I mean, that's so much easier, and I'm pretty sure it makes, yeah, way better to do because I'm definitely sure there are people who never needs to, they just feel what they want, but maybe can't really tell the engineers and mechanics what they want to have with the car, so or what to change. So I definitely think that makes a lot of things easier. So,
Yeah, definitely. If you can give like a precise breakdown of like what the car is doing, like how it's moving under braking, how it's turning in, and what you want it to do, and like you kind of have in your mind like what to change and what you can do. Like it helps things flow so much smoother. Like when everybody kind of knows what like they're talking about, including the driver. Like, you have to drive the car, but you also have to understand the car. Like
Yes.
you can't just, go into it not knowing these, things about how to, adjust the dynamics of the vehicle to, make
Yep.
it better for you.
I mean, it may works for some drivers, but it's not the best you can use. So,
Yeah.
and like Fisher said, it's understeer is less helpful than maybe throw it or a lot of them. So yeah.
Yeah, just knowing like basic setup things and like what the car is doing, it just like I said, it definitely makes the engineer's job easier because they're not the ones driving the car. You are the direct translation, from the car to the engineer. So you have to be so precise if you want things changed. Like it has to be precise and it can't be wrong. You're like, oh, I don't know what the car is doing. Like, no, you have to know. So, things will just end up so much better for you and your engineers when you do.
Absolutely. So I would definitely say that's a good career path or second way
Yeah,
whatsoever. I mean, it's never wrong to have a kind of plan B in your backhand, but yeah.
for
But
sure. And it's just the fact that it's like another passion too is always like cool, and it keeps you around the racetrack, obviously. So it's like you're still
absolutely,
in motorsports. So
absolutely. And also, like I said, when you're once infected with the motorsport fever, you rarely get out
you
of
can't get
this.
rid of it.
So you're stuck with this now forever.
Yep, part of my life. I would not have it any other way.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing at the end of the day. You love what you're doing and you're passionate about, and you just take every day, even it's sometimes maybe frustrating or not how you want to be, but at the
You
end,
have a lot more bad days than good in
yes.
racing, but
But you will
we
get
love it.
rewarded,
Yeah,
and that's what you're working for. So
for sure.
the passion is just stronger than anything else. So we all know
Exactly.
this.
Yeah. It's definitely a shared thing, and to have such a strong community that comes along with motorsports is like incredible as well.
Absolutely, that's the best sport in the world. Sorry, I'm maybe
It is. It is.
biased, but
Argue with the wall. It is.
and I mean, also for me, it made so much dreams true. So
Yeah, for sure.
I lied one more. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Ooh, that's a good one. Definitely like Switzerland. I don't know why, but I love the mountains so much. So it's like Switzerland has always been one of the places that I wanted to go to. But if I could live anywhere, it would just be like in the Alps, in a nice cabin, like away from people or anything that's just like the hectic life. Because I love nature so much too. So it's like that would be my literal dream destination to live in Switzerland. It's not realistic, I know, but it's a dream for a reason. So I think
and
that would be
there
a really cool place.
also no scorpions.
Yeah, there are no
So
scorpions, there are no snakes.
I
There's no
needed to throw
tarantulas.
this in.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's just mountains and fresh air and scenery as far as the eye can see.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, maybe there are even snakes, but they're not venomous, so they just,
yeah, nothing's gonna like attack you and,
yeah, they will not
you know,
kill you. So
kill you in Switzerland. Maybe like a, runaway like Highland cow or something, but
we all have bad days, but I love to say a scar is not just a scar; it's a tattoo with a story to tell, sometimes big, sometimes small.
I love that. Yeah,
Absolutely,
exactly.
absolutely. Okay, guys, do we want to take this as the end quote because it's a nice quote too?
That was a pretty good end quote, honestly. Like I don't think anything could beat that. That was pretty good.
Absolutely, and I mean, Chad, we will see her again here. I made sure that this
I
will
will be
happen.
here. Whether it's iRacing or something.
Yes, we have a new team member, and I'm very happy about it.
Someone to take the night shifts.
Absolutely. I mean, whatever fits the best, But
Yeah.
it's, I mean, it's kind of convenient when you're kind of driving in your day and we driving in our day. So it's
Yeah, for
always
sure.
not for slow because he is working night shifts, so he's always doing night shift and everything as well. But for the rest of us who has I wouldn't say I have a sleep schedule, but I try to have a sleep schedule. So
Yeah, it works sometimes.
yeah, sometimes is the right word here. And thank you for putting this all together. You're welcome. I love doing this. I'm already working and trying to get the next guests in. We will see. We'll see. Welcome to the family. But you came to race Watkins on the day of my death. Ah,
iRacing's more important. Gotta be there. Sorry.
yeah. Hello. This team is your new family, or second family, or third family. Whatever number fits the best.
One of the extended families, I guess.
Yes. Absolutely. Ah, lovely. Okay, guys. We're gonna be back. Definitely.
Yes.
Also, sorry for the troubles at the beginning, but I'm happy you all stayed and joined in later.
Yeah, maybe another time my camera will actually be working in the stream thing.
Yeah, I
Work
do
how it's
think.
supposed to, but not today.
Yeah, but I do think after I got the critical error as I try to go live, it's maybe on my end. But I don't get why I not get a error thingy before I went live. So that's just weird. But hey, we made it work. It is a bit different this time, but we made it work. Next time, we'll see if we can. I believe in us.
I do too. We'll make it work.
Absolutely.
We can outsmart this technology. I mean, come on.
And we not gave up. So, hello? Not gave up. We did this.
Exactly.
So yes, I gonna say tech priest. Yeah, I do an
that's
exorcism
cool.
next time. I think that's the right thing. I love playing. I mean, I not love playing Ouija boards, but maybe I can try it in real. Okay, we chat. We see us again tomorrow if you wanna. We play Okami, and then the next stream is Friday with iRacing and Tom. We doing starting the new season, and I doing at least three series this. So let's see how this works. Thank you for being here, everyone. Charlotte and Chad.
Thank you for having me. This was a fun conversation.
Right? I love those format and stuff.
We went on some good adventures.
Absolutely, we just do this again. Next Friday is Midsummer. You know what that means? Oh no, that means the cold is killing us all. Yeah, all the thanks from the chat. So thank you for being here and doing this with me. I hope it was scary. I never know what people are thinking when I just wrote them out of nowhere. So or write them out of nowhere. But that was one of a very. Oh wait, do this sentence again. It's getting hot. It was a very enjoyable chat and one of my favorites. That's what I wanted to say. And
It was fun. It was a good adventure. There's more to come. That's all I can say. There's more to come.
Absolutely. We can talk in a second about right prefer. But first of all, I say bye to my chat. We see us if you wanna tomorrow again or Friday. And for being here, watching, chatting, lurking. I hope you had fun, and see you. Bye bye.